Now back to Greg Gumbel at Tampa Stadium.
Mike, thank you. And, of course, we'll keep you updated with events in the Persian Gulf as the time permits. Now, let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the CBS radio network.
A 52-year tradition of news and sports excellence. News Talk 590, KLBJ, AM Austin.
Well, the New York Giants are up against the highest scoring offense in the NFL today. The Bills scored 428 points in the regular season, chalked up another 95 in the playoffs. I talked with Giants head coach Bill Parcells about that Buffalo offense and asked him if it takes the emphasis off of coaching and puts it on the players' ability to react.
Communicate might be a better word. Communicate defensively is, I think, the key word, in a little less time than normally allowed.
It seems to me that your team, I don't mean to say that they hadn't had confidence in Jeff, but I would be surprised if that confidence didn't go up tenfold after the final couple of minutes in San Francisco.
Well, you know, somebody had to knock those guys off, and nobody's been able to do it. And when you're the ones to do it, it's a tremendous measure of satisfaction involved. And, you know, we were 8.5-point underdogs, and really no one really thought we could win. And when you win, we played very well the last 2 weeks in the playoffs, and that's a good time to be playing well. You know, we didn't have any real momentum coming into the playoffs, everybody was saying. We had a backup quarterback. So I think that's all rallying stuff, you know, for guys. And once they do well under those circumstances, it makes them think they can do well under the next set.
Is that a reason why you guys hit kind of a plateau towards the end of the year? Because a couple of guys said, you know, there really wasn't anything significant to play for.
Well, unfortunately, we had that lead, and we never really got our backs to the wall where we had to get in a, you know, it was always after 4 weeks we had a 2-game lead. After 6 weeks we had a 3-game lead. After 8 weeks we had a 4-game lead there for a while. And there just wasn't any sense of urgency involved. And well, I remember going down to Philadelphia. We were 10-0. That was a playoff game for them. They had to win it. Well, they turned it up a little higher than we did. Now, we wanted to win it, but we weren't as ready as they were. So those are the kind. Now, when we came out to San Francisco the first time, we were ready to go. It's just a 4-point game, and that could have gone either way. We fought hard that night to try to win that game. We just didn't do it.
Last question. You said that you'll assess your coaching situation after the season is over, as you always do. Have you had as much fun this season?
Oh, I think, you know, winning makes it a lot more tolerable than losing. And when you win, you know, we've been on the field, I guess, with 4 preseason games now. We played 18 games. We've won 19 out of the 22 weeks we've been on the field, preseason, regular season. And that makes 19 of them tolerable.
Giants head coach Bill Parcells. Now, in contrast to the Bills' high-scoring offense, the Giants' strength is defense. They've allowed the fewest points in the NFL during the regular season, and in the playoffs, they've held the Bears and the 49ers to a combined 16 points. And I asked Bills coach Marv Levy his concerns about what is obviously a very solid Giants defense.
Well, they're a tremendous defensive team. I think the nature of their offense is also overlooked. They're a great possession time team for 2 reasons. They run the ball well, and they get a lot of teams off the field 1, 2, 3, and out. They're such a balanced defense. There's no weakness in it. That's our concern. No matter where you try and exploit them, Greg, you're probing strength.
You've had all kinds of questions and answers about the no-huddle offense. Is it designed to confuse as much as anything else?
No, it really isn't. It's something that Jim Kelly sort of gets in rhythm with. It's like playing the right song when you're on the dance floor for him. And that's its main asset. Bill Parcells made a statement which I think was right on the money. It isn't the no-huddle. It's a Jim Kelly and the lineman protecting and Thurman Thomas running and the types of receivers like Lofton and Reed that we have that make no-huddle or anything else work.
The Giants have been asked this all week about playing a team that they've already played to and lost before, and they say, of course, it's advantageous because they've gotten to know the personnel on the other side. I assume the same thing holds true for you.
Yeah, I think there's a trade-off. We say, oh, boy, we know them well. We can, but then you stop and sit back and say, yeah, well, they know us well, too. So I think it comes out even on that score.
You come off of a most impressive victory over the Los Angeles Raiders. Is that a bit of an aberration? Was it one of those games where you guys got on a roll that was unstoppable, and in a sense the Raiders did too?
Well, it was a game where everything went right for us. We scored. They came right back and scored. The score was 14-3 when Darryl Talley intercepted a pass and took it in for a touchdown. Now our crowd was in it. They were pressing. They had to come out of their game plan. They are a very good team, and if we played them again, I guarantee you it would be a very close contest, and who knows who'd win it.
Marv, you mentioned your respect for the New York offense too, which I guess has been overlooked somewhat because now that Phil Simms is out of action. But I'm sure you're aware of the job Jeff Hostetler has done in relief.
He's done a great job. They have a little different dimension. Both quarterbacks are excellent quarterbacks. They're running more play action with Hostetler. He's able to get out of trouble maybe a little better than Phil Simms was able to do in terms of mobility. So we're not saying that they're any different team. There have been a few times we've had Jim Kelly hurt, and people say, oh, boy, Jim Kelly's on. Frank Reich's gone in and done a great job. So we know that can happen for our opponent's benefit, too.
Marv Levy of the Buffalo Bills. We'll take a timeout and continue our countdown to kickoff. We'll be back in just a moment.
Monday on the Eric Blumberg Show, we'll continue our discussions regarding Operation Desert Storm, and we'll also be joined in the first hour by the former publisher of the National Review, William Rusher, who no doubt will lend his conservative point of view to what's going on over in the Persian Gulf and in Washington as well. Tune in following the 12:30 CBS News update on the Gulf right here on News Talk 590, KLBJ AM.
Wherever you are, trust the Texaco star up ahead. It's there shining bright.
When you're hungry for a hot breakfast but fresh out of time, stop by your Texaco Food Mart for a delicious Deli Express breakfast break sandwich, any variety, and we'll throw in a free 16-ounce cup of Maxwell House coffee or a fountain drink. Now at participating locations.
Up ahead, there's Texaco, star of the American road. Texaco.
When you need to know. News Talk 590, KLBJ AM Austin.
Welcome back, everyone. The Buffalo Bills no-huddle offense. It gets you to wondering how the entire offense gets communicated to what's happening. I asked quarterback Jim Kelly if that's what the offense is designed to do, confuse the defense.
Yes, we're supposed to, I guess it's designed to get on the field and make sure that they can't get in there all different 3, 4, 5 different types of defenses, throw different schemes at you. This is something I'm very comfortable with, and I enjoy doing it. I mean, I get to call my own plays out there. I think everybody's on the same page, and I think the offensive line likes it to a certain point because it slows down the pass rush. I think it tires the defense out more than it does the offense, and we've been very successful, so why stop it?
Have you stopped to think that makes you very unique in the National Football League these days?
Yeah, from what I was told, I'm the only quarterback that calls my own plays, but it's something that I thrive on, I enjoy, and when it's successful, why slow it down?
That's Jim Kelly of the Buffalo Bills. Now, Jeff Hostetler, of number one concern with the Bills' defense for the Giants, the presence of Bruce Smith. And I asked Hostetler if he can allow himself to be concerned with Smith because of his ability, even if he's not in the action, and that allows other players on the defense to do some damage.
Sure. I mean, he's a big factor in their defense, but you can't just look at him and be concerned about him at the expense of everybody else. They've got enough athletes that they can hurt you in a number of ways. So, when I drop back, I'm not going to be thinking about Bruce Smith. And if I do, then there'll probably be a problem.
Jeff Hostetler of the New York Giants. We're counting down to kickoff here at Tampa Stadium right now. Let's pause for this word.
Honey, why are there goldfish in our bathtub? Another quick reason for Campbell's Chunky Soup.
Well, after I rescued your bowling ball from the dryer, I had to scrape the goopy glue off the VCR, and when I got the paint off the dog, I took a break. Campbell's Chunky Soup.
Delicious Chunky Soup. The hearty, satisfying stop you'll drop everything for. Takes just minutes to make so you can pick up right where you left off.
And then I caught the twins using the goldfish bowl for target practice, so of course I had to put the fish in the bathtub. Gotta run.
Twins? We have twins? Campbell's Chunky Soup. The satisfying stop that keeps you going.
For 46 lonely years, I had a secret. I could not read. But then I ordered the reading cassette, hooked on phonics, and taught myself how to read, without any help or embarrassment. In fact, after learning one 18-minute cassette, I was able to read a 120-page book. So if you or your child have a reading problem, order Hooked on Phonics and learn to read. I did.
Call 1-800-ABCDEFG.
Welcome back to Tampa Stadium, everyone, where the Buffalo Bills will take on the New York Giants, a classic matchup of Buffalo offense and New York Giant defense. The Bills have scored 523 points a game. That's 29 points a game average. The Giants have allowed 227 points. That's just over 12.5 points a game. The Bills, the highest scoring quarter, their fourth quarter. And the New York Giants defense, particularly tough in the first quarter. I want to remind you that today's broadcast, well, it's going everywhere. It's being carried on Armed Forces Radio, reaching 130 countries on 400 radio outlets and 160 ships at sea. In the United States, 315 stations are airing today's broadcast of Super Bowl 25. The New York Giants played 18 games this season and won 15 of them. The same for the Buffalo Bills. The Bills' 3 losses. They lost at Miami in week 2 by a score of 30-7. They lost at Houston in week number 12 by 3 points, 27-24. And they lost at Washington in week 17, 29-14 to the Redskins. That was their season finale. By contrast, the Giants' 3 losses were at Philadelphia in week number 12. 31-13 was the score in the loss to the Eagles. In week 13, that Titanic showdown with the San Francisco 49ers at Candlestick, they lost that one 7-3. And then in week 15, they met the same Buffalo Bills at Giant Stadium, and they lost it by a score of 17-13. That's the game that saw both Phil Simms and Jim Kelly injured. Phil Simms will watch this game from the sideline. Well, this week has been a week of keeping perspective. While Super Bowl preparations went on, the festive atmosphere that usually accompanies Super Bowl week was diminished. We are all conscious of war in the Persian Gulf, and in honor of those fighting in the Gulf and to honor America, let's listen to Whitney Houston sing our national anthem.
Will be followed by a flyover of F-16 jets from the 56th.
Will be performed by the Florida Orchestra
under the direction of Maestro Yaha Ling and sung by Grammy Award winner Whitney Houston.
Stirring rendition of our national anthem by singing star Whitney Houston as a contingent of Air Force jets flies over Tampa Stadium as we approach Super Bowl 25. We've been talking about defensive stars of this game. Lawrence Taylor of the Giants, Bruce Smith of the Buffalo Bills. Let's go back down to the field and Jim Hunter. Jim?
Well, Greg, Bruce Smith took some flack because of that statement he made that he and not Lawrence Taylor is now the dominant defensive player in the NFL. Smith told me he was just making a point, and I asked him to clarify his statement.
Yes, a lot of the media in the New York area tended to blow it out of proportion in saying that I'm the greatest, not LT, and things of that nature. My statement was, over the last 10 years, Lawrence Taylor has been the most dominant player in the league on defense. And I think right now that I'm the most dominant defensive player in the league right now. And, I really didn't appreciate it being taken out of context and blowing it out of proportion.
Isn't it true that there's sort of an allegiance between players and someone like yourself that's a few years younger than LT actually would look up to what he did?
Oh, I still look up to him. He's a phenomenal player, a great player. The man is a walking legend. And hopefully, God willing, when I get to my stage in my career that he's at, I just want to still be able to play the way he's playing.
Well, as for Smith's bold statements, LT said he has no problems.
What I like about Bruce is that he thinks he's a great player. Most other people in the league, you'd be a fool to say that Bruce is not a great player because he is. And he's not, what I like about him, he's not shy about telling people. And I think any guy with that type of confidence about himself is all right with me.
Well, Greg, two great players matching wits on defense. Keys in the game today. Back to you.
All right, Jim. The time for talking is almost over. Kickoff is next. We'll be back in just a moment.
Austin is one of America's fastest growing cities, and Commercial Metals is proud to be a part of that growth by being the place to recycle all the steel, aluminum, copper, and brass that may be left over as Austin grows, while offering an extensive line of new and used steel. From big business to that old junker in your backyard, bring your scrap metal to Commercial Metals. They pay by the pound. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. at 710 Industrial Boulevard. Call 442-2384. Commercial Metals.
They're dealing, and you can be wheeling in a brand new Pontiac from Wallace Lundgren Chevrolet, Pontiac Geo, and Elgin. Wheeling in a new Pontiac during Pontiac sale month at Wallace Lundgren's. They're easier than the Cleveland Browns. You can take away a 1991 Pontiac Grand Am or Grand Prix at prices would even make Ralph Nader smile. And you can lease a new Pontiac under the Lundgren Philanthropic Lease Plan. And though they usually close on Saturdays, open on Sundays, for this sale they're open on Saturdays, not Sundays. Wallace Lundgren Chevrolet Pontiac Geo, right on the corner, right on the price, Elgin.
KLBJ AM Austin.
Back at Tampa Stadium as the co-captains have gone to the center of the field for the coin toss. And let's go down to referee Jerry Seaman, find out what's happening.
Pete Rozelle.
Hello, Commissioner. Nice to have you with us this evening. Buffalo is the visiting team. Please call the toss while it is in the air. Captain Reed will call the toss. This is the commemorative coin. That is a heads, gentlemen, and that is a tails. Commissioner Rozelle, will you please toss the coin, please? Heads is called. It is heads. Buffalo has won the toss. Buffalo has won the toss.
So the Buffalo Bills and that high-powered offense will be the first to get their hands on the football. Let's check in with our experts now and find out how this game is going to go. Jack Buck, what do you think?
Well, I think having won the coin toss and electing to receive the ball gives Buffalo a chance at the outset to show off that offense they brag about. And I think, Hank Stram, the Giants like it just like that.
Well, I think they're very happy about the fact that they lost the toss. They'll be able to show off that defense and try to establish something right off the bat against that no-huddle offense. And if they stop them and make them kick right off the bat, I think it's going to be an indication of what's going to happen during the course of the game.
John Madden, your quick thought.
Yeah, I agree with Hank. I think this first drive is going to be very important that the defense has to establish himself. I believe in the Giant defense, and I think the Giants are going to beat them.
All right, John. Jim Hunter?
I agree with John Madden, Greg. I'm going with the Giant defense, 1917 New York.
My feeling is a tight game and that Buffalo offense will prevail, but let's find out. I'll see you again at halftime right now. Let's turn it over to Jack Buck with Hank Stram.
Thank you, Greg Gumbel, and I think we all win. This fantastic spectacle here at the Tampa Stadium allows all of us, for a moment at least, to forget the activities in the Middle East and enjoy what should be a wonderful football game. Matt Barr, who is one of the main reasons why the Giants are here, will kick it off, and Don Smith and Al Edwards will be back deep. The biggest threat of the two is Don Smith, who has averaged 20 yards per kick return. And Barr is kicking off from our left to our right, and we're underway with Super Bowl game 25. And here is the kick by Barr. And it heads for Smith. Takes it on the run at the 12 to the 20, 25, 30. He's out to the 34-yard line, and a chance for the Buffalo offense to do whatever they wish. And the kicker, Matt Barr, made the first tackle of the game, and he's still in one piece.
Yes, and they had a nice seam on that return. It looked like he was going to get more yardage out of that play than he actually did.
New York kicked off to the Buffalo 34, and Jim Kelly goes to work with the almost unstoppable Thurman Thomas out of the shotgun. He's going to throw the ball. Has all kinds of time. Now he throws the ball, and he threw it away. Kelly had so much time that he didn't know what to do with it. And finally, he started to scramble, but they wouldn't let him run, and he threw it away.
Well, I think that he did have a lot of time, but the coverage was very, very good. And as a result, why, that's a good start for the New York Giants.
And on a second down, out of the shotgun over the middle, a pass. It is caught beyond the 35, short yards. The tackle made immediately as it was taken down by Andre Reed. He is the receiver who must be corralled. Heck, you hardly have time to write down the plays. They operate so quickly. The pass came out to the 38 of Buffalo, and it is third down and 6. Out of the shotgun, back to throw. Kelly looks, throws over the middle, caught behind the 40, but no first down. The tackle is made short of a first down at the 42, and Buffalo will have to punt.
They're playing with 5 defensive backs, Jack, and the one thing about the Buffalo passing offense, 90% of their passes are thrown inside of the numbers, and 50% are within the hash mark area, so they're ganging up on that middle area. They're going to have to throw the ball some outside.
Rick Tootin will punt the ball, and Dave Meggett stands back at his 15 to receive it. And the Giants certainly stop Buffalo cold. Here's the punt. And it hangs it high, and Meggett takes it on the 11, up the middle of the 15, dances to the 20, breaks 2 tackles, comes to the 25, comes to the 30. He's out to the 32 with a big play for the Giants as they get the ball for the first time. A 46-yard punt. 21-yard return. The tackle by Dwight Drain, and at least the Giants give you time to write down the plays.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about that offense. That's right. That's exactly right. I think I talked to Walt Corey before the game on the field. He indicated that they're concerned about the play-action passes naturally and the movement, and so you're going to see a little bit more blitzing, I think, from Buffalo than they normally do.
3 tight ends for New York, and motion is shown. And here's a give to O.J. Anderson, and he is knocked down, and a flag goes down. There was a tremendous defensive play that was made up front by Jeff Wright, and he knocked the blocker right into Anderson. There was no gain but a flag on the play. And they're talking to Buffalo and giving them the option. They say it's offside against Buffalo, so a 5-yard gain for New York. And it'll be 1st and 5 for the Giants as Meggett checks into the backfield and O.J. Anderson leaves. They mark the ball at the Giant 37-yard line, 1st down and 5. It's Meggett in the backfield. Hostetler under center. And a long step count. Motion by Marasco, and a give to Meggett, running right, has to make his cut, comes to the 40s, to the 41. Looks like he's shy of a first down by about a yard, and will be 2nd and 1. Meggett carried the ball for the first time, and Bruce Smith came from the other side of the defensive line to make the tackle.
Yeah, and Eric Moore, number 60, the right guard, was pulling on the play. That kind of a play, the reaction of the Buffalo Bills, very similar to that of the New York Giants, and that they're very, very quick. It is hard to run sideways against either one of these two football teams.
Out over the ball is Bart Oates, the all-pro center of the Giants, on 2nd and 1. Carthon checks into the backfield with O.J. Anderson for New York.
They'll run left.
Ingram goes in motion. Here is a give straight ahead to Carthon. He gets a first down, not much more. He came out to the 43, and this is what New York likes, Hank, talking about the Giants. They just like to plug away, keep the ball, keep it away from the other people.
Well, they have to play keep away against this team, and I think that last play, for example, they think Elliott is their best offensive lineman. He's doing a fantastic job. They want to run over him as much as they possibly can. They started at him. They saw a little seam inside and ran up the middle, but he got the necessary yardage for the first down.
Carthon with a first down to the Giants' 43. And they line up with two tight ends, and O.J. Anderson in the lineup. Ingram goes in motion. Hostetler fakes to Otis, runs with the ball, throws it wide open, caught at midfield. That's a first down to the Buffalo 44-yard line to Howard Cross, the tight end. And that play action really froze the Bills, and that's what the Giants want to try to do all day, and there is perhaps a flag on the play.
I think what's going to happen, I think they're going to look at that and see if they're going to continue to do a lot of it. Why, then they'll go and start blitzing.
Number 37 defense.
That's defensive holding against Nate Odom's penalty decline and a first down on the 13-yard pass to Howard Cross.
Yeah, they're not going to let him do that very often because they're going to have to start blitzing the outside linebackers to keep him in the pocket and keep him from getting outside of the containment of the Buffalo Bills.
Now the underdog Giants have a first down at the Buffalo 44. The Giants are going from our left to our right, and they send Baker and Ingram both to the right side. And they line up with Bavaro at the tight end. Meggett again in the lineup for New York. He carries the ball, and he's stripped down, bounces back up, gains to the 40. He's down to the 35. He's down to the 34. The Bills are saying that he was touched at the line of scrimmage, but he was not. And that's going to be a big gain of almost 10 yards for New York. The question is, who knocked Meggett down? Was it his blocker or the defensive man?
Yeah, it was more his blocker, I think. They were going at Elliott. Elliott was blocking on Smith. Smith got penetration, it looked like, but he ran over his own guy. Let's see what happens. That's a pretty good block, but you see the defensive player, Smith, did get a hand on him and knocked him down.
Well, if he is the one who knocked him down and he touched him with his leg, perhaps, they should have called the play dead there, but it's a first down at the 34 of Buffalo now. And Hostetler with Anderson straight back to throw. Sets up and throws down the middle long and incomplete. A little miscommunication downfield to the tight end Bavaro, who was wide open, and the pass was incomplete at 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Hostetler indicated that the receiver was supposed to run a different route. Which one it was, I don't know, but he indicated that they made a mistake, and as a result, miscommunication on the play.
And Meggett comes back in, and Anderson's out of the New York lineup. Bavaro and Howard Cross are the two tight ends. We played almost 5 minutes. No score here in this Super Bowl game. Baker to the left, Ingram to the right. Cross, the tight end, is on a wing and goes in motion now. Here is Hostetler with a draw to Meggett. Picks his way to the 31. That's all, and it's going to be 3rd and long for the New York Giants. He ran into Shane Conlon, one of the many Pro Bowlers who are on the field here this evening. Line of scrimmage is the Buffalo 31. Meggett has carried 3 times for 17 yards. And it is 3rd and 7 for New York. They're going to have to come up with a big play here to continue the drive. And this is when Hostetler is really dangerous because he is a quarterback fully capable of running with the ball. Baker and Ingram go to the left. Stacy Robinson's into the lineup along with Kyle's 4 wide receivers out of the shotgun. It's Hostetler, has Meggett in the backfield with him. Oates will snap the ball.
They're probably going to come after him some. Here they come.
4-man rush, and Hostetler throws over the middle. It's caught to the 25, to the 20. That's a first down and out of bounds at the 15 of Buffalo. Mark Ingram caught the ball for 16 big yards on 3rd and 7.
And it was good pass protection again. That's the key. They had a 4-man rush and didn't get to the quarterback. He stayed right in the pocket. And incidentally, I talked to him before the game, Hostetler, and asked him how his knee was. He said it's not 100%. It still hurts a little bit, but I'm ready to play.
So barring any misplay on the part of the Giants, they'll probably get the first points of this game. They have a first down at the Buffalo 15 and put Anderson back in the lineup and a 3 tight end offense. A power offense for the Giants. Hostetler tosses the ball to Anderson, running right, finds a couple of yards, and that's all. They really stood him up at the 13-yard line. A very powerful Buffalo defense that time.
And here again, I don't think Anderson runs that kind of a play nearly as well as he runs straight ahead, Jack. Takes him a little bit more time to get there, and by the time he does get there, why, usually he's got a reception committee and too many folks there for anybody to block.
This is the 9th play of the drive coming up for the Giants. This is what they did against San Francisco last Sunday.
And this is what they like to do, and this is what they wanted to do. Talking to Ron Earhart, their offensive coordinator, he indicated they want to play keep away as much as they possibly can.
It is 2nd and 7 at the Buffalo 12. Giants are knocking at the door. Meggett's in the lineup. Cross goes in motion. Hostetler rolls right to throw. Runs with the ball to the 11. That's all. He only got 2. And it is going to be 3rd down and 5. And the Buffalo defense reacted very quickly with the free safety Mark Kelso coming up and helping Leon Seals, the defensive end.
And I thought Hostetler made that decision a little too quickly. I think maybe he should have out there. He should have waited. He might have had somebody open I couldn't see downfield. But he made a very quick decision and didn't have really a lot of running room to get through there to make a lot of yardage.
Giants have kept the ball for almost 6 minutes. We're scoreless in the first quarter. 7:35 remaining. Meggett in the lineup. And we have 3 wide, 4 wide receivers now for New York. Out of the shotgun on 3rd down and 6 for the Giants. Hostetler takes the snap, looks to throw, zings it into the end zone long, and it is incomplete on 3rd down. And the Giants, who had Ingram in the end zone, covered very strongly by Clifford Hicks, the extra defensive back of the Bills. The Giants will have to try a field goal as the pass went incomplete into the end zone. Matt Barr will try to provide the first points of this game. It'll be a 28-yard field goal try with Hostetler holding the ball.
And the problem with the pass, Jack, he was thrown a little bit too short. No chance whatsoever.
Steve DiAsi will snap the ball. Hostetler will hold it, and Matt Barr will kick it. 28 yards. There's a kick. Long enough. And the Giants lead 3-0. The underdog Giants, with 7:18 remaining in the first quarter, have taken the lead after an impressive drive and a field goal. 3-0 New York. Let's take time out.
Welcome home, America, to the biggest Dodge truck sale ever, with total savings on select trucks like never before. Now save up to $4,200 on select Ram pickups in stock. Dodge full-size pickups have ranked highest among all full-size pickups in customer satisfaction for 2 years in a row. We're going to put you behind the wheel of a new Dodge during the biggest Dodge truck sale ever. But it's only for a limited time, so you'd better hurry. Come in now while there's still a great selection to choose from. You may never have a chance like this again. Welcome home, America, to the affordable advantage of Dodge and the biggest Dodge truck sale ever. Total savings are a combination of $1,500 cash back plus up to $2,700 package savings based on list prices of LE Advantage package items if sold separately. Satisfaction rankings based on the J.D. Power & Associates 1989 and 90 Truck Customer Satisfaction Index.
Prior to the dictaphone transcription system, we would routinely run from 10 days to 60 days on producing a transcribed medical discharge summary for our patients. Since we have turned on the dictaphone system, my discharge summaries are turned around within 48 hours. Dictaphone makes me look very good.
What Dictaphone at Pitney Bowes Company did for June Bass of Baptist Medical Center, we can do for you. For information, call 1-800-MR. Bowes. We guarantee customer satisfaction.
The New York Giants, who kicked 5 field goals last Sunday to eliminate San Francisco, jump in front on a 28-yarder by Matt Barr here in Super Bowl 25. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the CBS radio network.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week, your news source is News Talk 590, KLBJ, AM Austin.
Don Smith and Al Edwards await the kick for Buffalo. Matt Barr's kicks ordinarily do not go into the end zone. There's the boot. This one will be returned by Don Smith from the 5 to the 15 to the 20, running right to the 25, and he was tripped up and knocked down at about the 29-yard line. He had a seam which he headed for, but he was stopped after a 24-yard return by Lee Roussan, who made the tackle for New York, and there's a timeout on the field. We have 7:04 left in the first quarter. Buffalo has the ball at their own 29. The Giants lead 3-0, and let's take timeout.
Got a painful cold? Get relief these firemen get. Get Alka-Seltzer Plus. It relieves painful cold symptoms some others miss. With a decongestant, antihistamine, and a pain reliever you can't find in any other leading cold medicine except Alka-Seltzer Plus.
Pain's gone. I can breathe.
Everything feels better, better, better.
Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine. Relief for your painful cold. Use only as directed.
First time Buffalo had the ball, they ran 3 plays and punted. Now they start at their 29, and we'll be back in a moment.
The refrigerator is on the blink. The stove's not cooking, Mama. It's time to think. Dial 4544526. McNair's will get it fixed. The freezer's smoking. The washer dryer quit. Doing dishes by hand, you're gonna have a fit. Appliances are busted and you need them quick. 7 days a week you can get them fixed. Dial 4544526. McNair.
No place house like Sonic. Hey, this is Frankie Avalon. I was so hungry today, I just had to go to Sonic for the brown bag special. You get 2 burgers, 2 orders of fries, 2 medium soft drinks, all for a special low price. Now, how am I going to eat all this? The burgers are just so big, and you get 2 of everything. So if you're going to Sonic for the brown bag special, don't go by yourself. Bring a friend. No place hot like Sonic.
Super Bowl 25, and later in our broadcast, we'll tell you about tonight's Chunky Super Lineman, sponsored by Campbell's Chunky Soup, the satisfying stop that keeps you going. Buffalo will start with 3 wide receivers, including Al Edwards, James Lofton, and Andre Reed. There are 5 defensive backs for the Giants. First down at the Buffalo 29, Thurman Thomas in the backfield with Kelly, who lines up in the short punt formation. He surveys the defense and takes a snap and delays the ball to Thomas, hit after gaining 2 yards out to the 31. Tripped up by Renee Thompson, who is the extra defensive back for New York.
That time the Giants used 5 defensive backs, and they had 5-on-5 on the offensive lineman. That's why they ran the ball.
Giants, here's Kelly throwing the ball way downfield, going for the long one. Knocked. It's caught on the deflection to the 10-yard line. First and goal into the arms of James Lofton off the defensive back. A long pass downfield, and it went off the hands of Everson Walls or Perry Williams and into the arms of Lofton for 61 yards.
And he had all the time in the world to throw the ball, Jack. He had no pass rush whatsoever.
The line of scrimmage is now the New York 8-yard line. Lofton caught it to set up this scoring threat for Buffalo. Here's Kelly back to throw. He's blitzed. He throws. It's dropped inside the 5. The blitz was on, and Lawrence Taylor was coming after Jim Kelly. And Carl Bankson on top of him as well.
It's very obvious that the Giants are playing the tendencies of the Buffalo Bills. They throw everything inside of those hash marks and numbers, and they're playing them very tight.
And now here's Kelly handing off, and the running back, Thurman Thomas, squirms to about the 5-yard line, and it'll be 3rd and goal from there. He ran into Greg Jackson, who is the strong safety for New York, and again, Buffalo hustling up that offense. Kelly calls the plays. It's 3rd and goal from the 5. Back to throw is Kelly. He throws, and it is incomplete. Out of bounds. Everson Walls, the last to touch it out of bounds. Buffalo will have to settle for a field goal try after having a 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Well, that's tough. You get down to that close 1st and 10, you ought to get 7.
A 61-yard pass play on the deflection to James Lofton set this up, and Scott Norwood will kick the ball. Adam Lingner will snap it. And Norwood will try to tie it. Frank Reich, the backup quarterback, will hold from the 13. It's a 23-yard field goal attempt. Giants leading 3-0. There's the Buffalo kick. It is good. And we have a 3-3 tie with 5:51 remaining in the first quarter. And the Giants are very happy to be tied in this game. Let's take time out.
Okay, travelers, pop quiz. Identify this sound. Right, it's a $5 bill. Good ear. Now, I don't know if you've got a hobby, but if you stay at Red Roof Inns, you can make a hobby out of collecting $5 bills. Because now through February 2nd, every time you stay at a Red Roof Inn, you get $5 cash back. Stay one night, hey, that's free breakfast. Stay a week, you got $35 cash back. And don't forget, Red Roof Inns is a great deal in the first place. So, Red Roof Inns, $5 back every night, right now. For reservations, call 1-800-THE-ROOF. Oh, yeah, gotta love it.
5:51 remaining in the first quarter. We're tied 3-3, the Giants and Buffalo. We'll be back in a moment.
Keeps America beautiful. Who's on the job? Who's taking care? Who protects the beauty we share for free? Don't you know who? It's you. USA, we will keep you bright and new. This is what we promise you. USA, who keeps America beautiful to see. Don't you know who is you and you and you and me?
A public service message of Keep America Beautiful.
The Buffalo drive for a field goal had a fluke play involved, a long pass downfield, deflected by Perry Williams and caught by James Lofton for 61 yards, but all they got was a field goal, Hank.
Yes, and had he thrown the ball a little farther, it would have been a touchdown. He didn't throw it far enough, and that's why we had the tip. But Lofton was bright enough and attentive enough to still capture the ball and make the catch.
Meggett and Dorson are deep, awaiting the kick for New York. Kick forthcoming from Scott Norwood. 5:51 remaining in the first quarter, and we're tied 3-3. Norwood kicking off from our right to our left, and there's the boot. It will be returned, maybe not. Meggett's going to down it in the end zone. The ball went about 3 yards deep, and Meggett down the ball, and so New York will start from their 20-yard line with Jeff Hostetler at the controls. Hank, how do you rate this Buffalo defense? They were pushed around quite a bit by Miami, even though Buffalo won their game.
Well, on defense, Jack, they went ranked 8th. Out of 28 teams in the National Football League, 8 totally, 15 against the run, 7 against the pass. So, just not great, but very good, very adequate.
Jeff Hostetler will call the plays and start with 3 tight ends, Mark Bavaro, Howard Cross, and Bob Morosco. Offensive line is Oates, Roberts, Moore, Riesenberg, and Elliott. And Anderson in the backfield from the Giant 20-yard line. Hostetler hands it off to Anderson, and he hustles out to the 25. He got 5. These Giants are very persistent, staying with that running game with O.J. Anderson.
And especially, it's very obviously, they think they got a mismatch with Elliott, the left tackle, blocking on Smith. He got a good block that last time and a good push, and they picked up 5 yards. But that's where they're trying to do most of the business here in the early part of this game.
John Elliott, the left tackle for New York, is 6'7", 305. And he is matched against Bruce Smith, who plays at defensive end. It's 2nd and 5, New York. Motion by Ingram, Anderson in the backfield. Hostetler takes the snap. He's back to throw. Has time, runs with the ball. He runs to the 30, and it's a first down as it goes out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Cornelius Bennett chased him out. And that's the dimension that Hostetler gives New York, which Phil Simms did not give them when he was playing.
That's right, and he keeps you off balance. And it disturbs your rush because you never know where he's going to wind up. If you throw from the pocket all the time, why, the defensive people love it because they know where he's going to be. But when they have to worry about where's he going to throw from this time? Right, left, what's he going to do? Then it creates a little indecision, and you don't get nearly as severe a rush as you should.
The Giants have 5 first downs. Buffalo has 1. We're tied 3-3 with 4.5 left in the first quarter. Meggett and Carthon in the New York backfield from the 30. Meggett running right. Carthon gives him a block, but he only gets 2 yards to the 32. He couldn't turn the corner, cut upfield, and he was knocked down strongly by Darrell Talley, a Pro Bowl linebacker, weak side linebacker for the Bills.
Yeah, he was in hot pursuit from the very beginning. As soon as the ball was snapped, he got a good start. Is running from the backside and made the play from the backside. Great hustle by Talley.
4 minutes left in the first quarter. Giants scored first. Buffalo tied it. It's 3-3. And it is 2nd down and 8 from the Giant 32. The extra wide receiver is in for New York. And motion by Ingram. Hostetler back to throw. Straight drop. Sets up and throws, and it's caught beyond the 40. First down to midfield and beyond. Down to the 49, and it is caught by Stephen Baker, the little guy, at 5'8", 160, and a fine throw by Hostetler, good for 17 yards.
And again, no pass rush. He's got all the time in the world to stand back there and take advantage of the coverage on that last play. That was the key, no pass rush.
The ball of the Buffalo 49. That ball might have been tipped by Howard Cross, who was also open, the tight end. Then it went into the arms. Yes, it was tipped, and Baker caught it. Bobbled it. A blitz is on. The pass is thrown, and incomplete off the hands of Meggett. They almost beat the blitz, but Meggett couldn't catch the pass, and the Giants will have to punt the ball.
Well, he had to get rid of the ball very quickly and did it a little sooner than he actually wanted to, and as a result, while the coverage was good, and the ball dropped to the turf, incomplete.
Kirby Jackson, the cornerback, was on a blitz. Number 47. Now here's a punt by Sean Landetta. He's a Pro Bowler. Averaged more than 44 yards per kick. And back to get it is Al Edwards for Buffalo at his 10. 2:07 left in the first quarter. We're tied 3-3. Low snap. There's the kick by Landetta. And Edwards lets it go. It bounces inside the 5 and goes into the end zone. It will come out to the Buffalo 20, a 46-yard punt. No return with the score tied 3-3. Let's take time out.
Simmons, how long have you worked here?
3 months, sir.
And have you noticed anything?
Well, the coffee tastes like pond water.
No, I mean about the people here. We're all alike, and we take conformity very seriously.
Well, now that you mention it...
And if you were a true company man, you'd try harder to fit in.
Sir?
Simmons, let's cut to the chase.
Okay.
We all drive Toyota Celica STs.
Gee, I drive an Isuzu Impulse XS.
And it sticks out like a sore thumb in the garage.
But my Impulse has 4-wheel disc brakes, a Lotus Tune 4-wheel independent suspension...
Hey, we don't use that word here.
Sir?
Independent.
Oh.
We just don't believe in it. All for one and all the same. That's our motto.
But I just bought my Impulse.
Lose it. And while you're at it, get a new suit.
But this is a Calvin Calzone original.
Good grief, man. It's not gray flannel like mine.
Yeah, thank goodness.
Hey, Smarty Pants, I don't like your attitude. You're out of here.
Thank you, sir.
Someday you'll thank me.
Hey, I'm thanking you now, pal.
There are certain rewards for being different, like the Isuzu Impulse XS. Now with factory to participating dealer cash of up to $1,500 on select models, there's really no comparison during Isuzu's really big sale.
It was the end of the fourth quarter. The final seconds were ticking away. 10.
Pass the chili.
Al said to Joe. 9.
Pass the hot sauce.
Joe said to Dick. 8.
Pass the ball!
They yelled at Joe's TV, but the quarterback would not pass. 3. Pass the onions. 2.
Pass the ball!
1. Pass the Pepto, Joe said, knowing just one dose could help relieve their upset stomachs. Pepto-Bismol, the one that coats, is the only one you need. Use only as directed.
Hey, Banks is in the game. He's not.
We have 1:57 remaining in the first quarter. Score is even at 3 apiece, and the play has been rather even, Hank.
Yeah, it certainly has been so far, except for the big play by the Buffalo Bills and a tip ball. It's been very even.
We have 3 wide receivers for Buffalo. And the extra defensive back, Renee Thompson, is in there for the Giants. Now Carl Banks, who is out of the lineup, comes back into the lineup. And Jim Kelly will move his club and perhaps try to establish Thurman Thomas, who's done very little out of the backfield yet. They'll start from their 20-yard line. It's a 4-man front for New York. Here's a give to Thomas over the left tackle position. Good for 3 at the most to the 23.
CBS News Update. I'm Mike Pulsifer. Iraq warns it will use what it calls unconventional weapons in its continued attacks on Israel. That's renewed speculation Baghdad will try to load chemical weapons on Scud missiles. French President Mitterrand's top military advisor says he expects the ground phase of the Gulf War to begin by the middle of next month. Defense Secretary Cheney says all the U.S. forces in the region will be ready for action by the end of February. Millions of barrels of oil have spilled into the Persian Gulf from a leak at a Kuwaiti oil terminal. U.S. warplanes dropped bombs on the terminal's valve complex in an effort to stop the leak. Peter Bill, editor of the British publication The Energy Compass, believes it will work, eventually.
I would say yes. It probably will stop the flow, but it is questionable how quickly.
Iraq is alleged to have started the spill on purpose. General Norman Schwarzkopf, commander of the Allied forces in the Gulf, says, don't blame us.
We see absolutely no indication at all, that any U.S. military action caused this to happen.
Reporter Scott Pelley says U.S. specialists will try to help the Saudis deal with the spill.
Tomorrow, U.S. environmental experts will arrive here in Saudi Arabia to try to help minimize the damage. But given the fragile waters of the Gulf, it is likely the oil spill will be a continuing assault on the environment long after the last shot of the war.
The mayor of Memphis says 150 U.S. flags will be strung along a main street in his city, a show of support for the troops in the Gulf. CBS News Update. I'm Mike Pulsifer, CBS News, New York.
For the very latest from the Persian Gulf, immediately as it happens, you can count on News Talk 590, KLBJ AM.
We now return you to the Super Bowl, still in progress.
Second down and 11. The ball now at the 33 of the Bills. Reed has caught 4 passes. He goes to the right, and Lofton comes to the left. Edwards is the third wide receiver. Kelly's in the shotgun on second down. The Giants show the blitz with Banks up in the line of scrimmage. And the blitz is on. Kelly back to throw over the middle. It's caught for good yards and a first down to midfield after a broken tackle. Andre Reed wriggled away to the New York 47. They beat the blitz.
And did you see the hit Collins made on him? A ferocious hit. Once he made the catch, I was looking for the ball to pop out of there, but he kept good possession of it.
Buffalo comes right back. First down at the Giants' 47-yard line. Kelly and company beat the blitz. He's back to throw. He hands it off to Thomas on a delay. Changes directions and goes down to the 40-yard line. He picked up about 7 with a little dance up the middle on the delay, and Gary Reasons tackled him. And that play marks the end of the first quarter. 3-3 is the score after the first 15 minutes of this one, and let's pause for this word.
Jackpot with a contact time capsule, January 1971. Super Bowl V at the Orange Bowl, Baltimore and Dallas. Almost renamed the Blunder Bowl for its many turnovers. Baltimore finally set up shop at the Dallas 28. 59 seconds left. The score 13-all, and the outcome after this.
Conway and Corman for contact. The Piano Movers.
4 flights up.
We're almost there. You gotta get rid of that cold. Take contact with 600 tiny time pills that last 12 hours. Well, that's up to 3 times longer than some others. Yeah, there's a whole day's work in every contact.
Later on.
Almost there.
Yeah, no more sneezing with contact. Oh, the door's locked. Ah, keys are in my pocket. I'll get it.
There's a whole day's work in every contact. Use only as directed.
With 5 seconds left, Jim O'Brien kicked a 32-yard field goal. That gave the Colts their first and only Super Bowl title. The Contact Time Capsule, brought to you by Contact Cold Medicine.
I was notified that my old vendor was no longer going to be able to support my shipping system, so I needed new equipment in a hurry. Pitney Bowes came in with an entire new system for us, and our books went out right on schedule. I never lost one day of shipping. Pitney Bowes made me feel like an important customer. Well, I am.
What Pitney Bowes did for Fran Matero of Pergamon Press, a Maxwell company, we can do for you. For information, call 1-800-MR. We guarantee customer satisfaction.
CBS Radio Sports coverage of Super Bowl 25 is sponsored by Contact Cold Medicine, by Pitney Bowes, by Pepto-Bismol, and by GMC Truck. We start the second quarter. Buffalo's on the move. They're at the Giants 41 with a 2nd and 4. Total offense in the first quarter. The Bills 119 and the Giants 87.
And how about the Giants? They're playing with 2 defensive linemen, 4 linebackers, and 5 defensive backs. They consistently change the alignment and the coverage as much as they possibly can to put pressure and confuse Kelly with the no-huddle offense.
You would think with that alignment that Buffalo would try to run the ball with such a great runner as Thurman Thomas a bit more.
Well, they did it the last series, and Buffalo did run the ball, and Thomas made a nice game.
There is one more game left in our CBS Radio Sports football schedule, the Pro Bowl from Honolulu next Sunday. Hank Stram and I will be at Aloha Stadium for the annual meeting of the best of the NFC and AFC. Greg Gumbel will have the pregame. It gets underway at 7:45 Eastern Time. The Pro Bowl next Sunday on CBS Radio Sports.
Looking forward to seeing our good friend Don Ho.
And Danny as well out there.
That's right. And they're both going strong, doing a great job.
We have a 2nd and 4 confronting the Buffalo Bills. 3 wide receivers, Lofton, Reed, and Edwards. Out they come. Lofton comes to the right with Reed. Under center is Kelly with Thurman Thomas in the backfield. There's the snap and Kelly to throw. He looks and dumps it off to the running back, and that's a first down catch inside the 30 by Thurman Thomas. It was amazing that nobody was near him. A little 4-yard flip and a big gain down to the 29. Good for 12 yards.
Yeah, it was a check pattern. He was standing back there waiting for the linebacker to get some depth, and he spotted it. And he's such a great runner once he makes the catch. And the terrific thing about it is he really took a terrific hit the last time and still maintained possession of the football. That's the important.
And now we have a shaken-up player. It is Thurman Thomas limping off the field. We certainly will keep an eye on that development as Thurman Thomas limps off the field, and he's replaced by Kenneth Davis in the backfield. And Thurman Thomas doesn't look like he's shaken very badly, but he was hurt enough to leave the lineup. Kelly is 7 out of 10. He's hit his last 4. And it's a first down from the Giants' 29-yard line. Ken Davis in the backfield. He carries the ball and goes right up the middle to the 25, over the right guard spot for 4. And they're already within field goal range, the Bills are, here early in the second quarter. Davis carried the ball to the New York 25. They gave him 3 yards. His knee touched down at 2nd and 7. Kelly in the shotgun. Takes the snap, back to throw. Dumps it off short. It's caught at the 20. Down to the 16. That's a first down, and out of bounds goes Andre Reed. The Giants had better start keeping track of him.
Normally they've thrown the ball to him about 5 times a game already. He's caught the ball, 6 times? 6 yards, 6 times for 53 yards.
And it's a first down at the New York 16-yard line. The Bills ready to go to work again. Thomas is back in the lineup for Buffalo. Here's a give to Thomas on a delay, and he gets about 2, moving to the 13-yard line. Started at the 16, they mark it at the 13, so it's 2nd and 8. The tackle by John Washington of the Giants. They certainly are in a hurry. We have 13 and a half left in the half. We're tied 3-3. The 10th play of the drive coming. 3rd down and 8. And here's Kelly to throw. Looks. Throws it on the flat. It is caught. The tackle made at about the 8. Short of a first down. Keith McKellar, the tight end, caught that one, and a flag goes down. That was 2nd down, and a flag has been thrown. Here is a roughing the passer call against New York. And that'll be half the distance. Kelly threw the ball, caught by McKellar. And this will be a 1st and goal for Buffalo.
You know, one thing on that left.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, extra step, number 70 defense.
It was against Leonard Marshall, and it's a 1st and goal, Buffalo.
One thing, you know, Lofton is getting 1-for-1 coverage on the left side, and they're playing him very soft. They're not getting on him, so he ought to be able to run. When he's got more field, he ought to be able to run in front of the defensive back.
Here's a whistle halting play as Kelly took the snap and rolled left, and we'll see what happened this time. It was 1st and goal at the 4. And a timeout was called by New York before the snap. 13-14 left in the half. The score tied at 3, and the Bills have a 1st and goal at the Giants' 4. Let's take timeout.
It was the end of the fourth quarter. The final seconds were ticking away. 10.
Pass the chili.
Al said to Joe. 9.
Pass the hot sauce.
Joe said to Dick. 8.
Pass the ball!
They yelled at Joe's TV, but the quarterback would not pass. 3.
Pass the onions.
2.
Pass the ball!
1.
Pass the Pepto.
Joe said, knowing just one dose could help relieve their upset stomachs. Pepto-Bismol, the one that coats, is the only one you need. Use only as directed.
In the first quarter of this game, Buffalo had a first and goal at the 8-yard line and had to settle for a field goal. Now they have first and goal at the 4.
Yeah, they got to make sure and get it in. They got to get 7 here, Jack.
This has been a long drive for the Buffalo Bills, and they've kept it alive with a variety of plays, and particularly a couple of passes to Andre Reed. And one to McKellar, the tight end, one to Thurman Thomas. First and goal. Thomas is the setback, and the fullback is Jamie Mueller. Out of the I formation. Now they shift into split backs, and Thomas is on a wing. Kelly is under center. Starts the tight end in motion. A give to the fullback. Drives to the goal line, but didn't get in. It's second and goal from inches away on a strong run, a delay to Jamie Mueller. Tackled by Lawrence Taylor.
Taylor came through there and made the tackle.
It's second and goal from the 1. This time they do huddle up. 12:52 remaining in the half. The Bills might be ready to take the lead. They're tied 3-3 here in the Super Bowl game, and the umpire delays play for a moment.
They're going to look at that one, Jack. I thought he was close to being over.
I didn't think he got in, Hank. He was lunging. So we'll have to see where his knee was when... where his knee touched down and where the ball was at that time.
I just tried to see it on the replay, and I couldn't tell very well, but it looked like he got closer than what they marked it.
Gary Seaman, the referee. Art Demas, the umpire. The head linesman is Sid Seaman. Dick McKenzie, the line judge. Banks Williams, the back judge. Side judge Larry Nemmers. Field judge Jack Vaughn. The alternates are Red Cashin and Al Conway, and the replay official Mark Burns, who's looking at that last play.
Instant replay. The play stands.
Play stands at second and goal from inches away. And Marv Levy of the Bills hopes to take the lead in this contest on this play. Out come the Bills with Hull to center. In the backfield, it is Don Smith, and here's a touchdown give, and Buffalo Smith scores the go-ahead touchdown for the Bills. He went over from inches away. And it is 9-3 in favor of the Bills with 12:30 remaining in the half. And they have shown already that they're going to be difficult for the Giants to handle.
They have such great versatility, and the big thing is it's a little bit like the run and shoot, except they don't move the pocket as much. But you still have 4 receivers, and you have to play with 5 or 6 defensive people. And if you're playing with 5, they're going to run the ball, which they've done pretty well on this last drive.
Scott Norwood, who kicked 50 out of 52 extra points during the year, will try to make the score 10-3. Frank Reich will hold the ball. There's the kick. Gets up, and it is good. And Buffalo has a 7-point lead with 12.5 remaining in the half. Let's take time out.
You know the feeling? You're standing at the gas pump just watching the dollars add up. Well, lucky for me, I drive a new Sonoma 4x4 from GMC Truck. Now you might say, oh right, a pickup truck, that's real fuel efficient. Hey, but think again. It gets an EPA estimated 17 miles per gallon city and 22 highway. When you compare my Sonoma 4x4 to any other pickup in the same class with a comparable size V6 engine, my Sonoma comes out ahead. You heard me right, but that's not why I bought it. I mean, a few months ago, gas was $1 a gallon, no problem. What I wanted was power. And the new Sonoma 4x4 comes standard with a 4.3-liter V6 engine, the most powerful one in its class. So figure it out. With GMC Truck Sonoma, you get performance and practicality. Or better yet, don't figure it out. Just drive it. GMC Truck. It's not just a truck anymore. It's quality on the road.
All comparisons exclude other GM products.
Throughout history, comedy has always been a team sport.
Made a fool of me on the air.
Such a jerk.
Teamwork, that's the secret.
Who are you people? Why are you doing this to me?
Well, I'm the announcer, and you're Farrah Fawcett and Ryan O'Neal.
Let's go to commercial.
This is a commercial for your new comedy series, Good Sports.
Look, I really need this job.
You've got the job. See, you're both sportscasters on the same network who can't get along.
Man, she just gave you the kiss of death from Godfather Part 2.
Ryan O'Neal and Farrah Fawcett, Good Sports, Thursdays on CBS.
Before the Bills kick off and they're leading 10-3, let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the CBS radio network.
A 52-year tradition of news and sports excellence. News Talk 590, KLBJ, AM Austin.
Hank Stram, most people consider Buffalo a better catch-up football team than the Giants. Giants are only behind by 7. They get behind by 14 or 17, they'll struggle to catch the Bills.
Well, I think they would ordinarily, but I don't think that'll be the case, Jack, really, with Hostetler. I think Hostetler, with his mobility and the things that he does, is going to be a little more difficult than Buffalo, but I still think they're better off with this situation now with Hostetler at quarterback than they would with Sims at quarterback at this stage of the season.
Here is the kick by Norwood. It is a squib kick, and it is taken by Doerson on the 10. He's to the 20-yard line, to the 25, to the 30. And the ball came loose for a moment, but Doerson pulled the ball back in. And it is first down at the 32-yard line for the Giants, who trail by 7. And Steve Tasker, a Pro Bowl player because of his special teams play, made that tackle at the New York 32. Forced to punt the last time they had the ball. The Giants go to work with O.J. Anderson in their backfield. 2 tight ends, Cross and Bavaro. Ingram goes in motion. Hostetler on first down to throw. He rolls left. He's on the run. He's chased, and he gets a few yards and goes out of bounds at the 34. He only picked up 2. He was chased out by Bruce Smith, and you'd go out of bounds, too, if he was chasing it.
Yeah, you sure would. But, here again, Smith got caught inside and struggled to get back outside and then got in hot pursuit. But evidently they had a stun on, and it was a wrong move at that particular time because he was able to take off and pick up some yardage on the play.
Second down and 8, New York from their own 34. Going from our right to our left, and they put Carthon in the backfield with O.J. Anderson. Hostetler gets under center. The wide receivers, Baker and Ingram, are both to the right side. And now Ingram comes in motion to the left. Hostetler delays the ball to O.J. Anderson. He moves to the 36. That's all. 2 more yards. 3rd and 6 coming up, and Jeff Wright made the tackle. We've seen this in the recent Giant games, Hank Stram. They just keep plugging away at that running game, which seems unspectacular, but they win with it.
Well, that's right. And, of course, the other thing about Anderson, he's a very slow starter at this stage of his career, but the more he runs, the better he gets, and he's especially good. He was especially good last week in the 4th quarter.
It is 3rd and 6. Giants have rushed 12 times already for 45 yards. 6 defensive backs for Buffalo. Hostetler in the shotgun. The blitz is on. He stands and throws to the right sideline. Incomplete, out of bounds, and Hostetler really took a blast, and he's not getting up right away. He was plastered by Leon Seals. Now he's okay on his feet and wobbling to the sideline, and the Giants will have to punt. Pass was incomplete, and New York's offense has been dominated the last couple of times by the Bills' defense, and Landeta will punt to Al Edwards, who's inside his 25. Landeta is punting for the 2nd time this evening. Bills are leading 10-3, 11 minutes left in the half, and they're about to get the ball. There's the snap to Landeta, and the punt. He hangs it high to the left sideline. Edwards calls for a fair catch and takes it as his 27-yard line. A 38-yard punt, no return, and the Bills start from there. 27. 10:52 remaining in the half. There's a timeout on the field. The Bills have the lead here in the Super Bowl game, 10-3, and let's take timeout.
Jamaica, Trinidad, Puerto Rico.
All these places have something in common. People everywhere are teaching themselves to read English with Hooked on Phonics, the cassette cassette program that teaches reading to kids and adults, not only in America, but also in the far corners of the world. Why not let Hooked on Phonics be the answer to your reading problems? Call 1-800-ABCDEFG. 1-800-ABCDEFG.
Hank Stram, it is incumbent upon the New York Giant defense at this time to show Buffalo that they can stop the Bills.
Yeah, that's going to be a big chore for them because they've got some confidence, Jack, and they're doing a good job of moving it with the run also.
We'll be back in a moment.
At Farmers Insurance, we prefer tradition over trendiness. We still believe in neighborhoods and still get excited over who the local homecoming queen is. Now, that may sound surprising from one of the largest, most advanced insurance organizations in America, but at Farmers, we know that over 10 million people don't choose us because we're big. They do it thanks to a good old-fashioned promise that America can depend on Farmers.
In North Austin, call Mike Henry. In downtown Austin, call Gloria Garcia.
They're dealing, and you can be wheeling in a brand-new Pontiac from Wallace Lundgren Chevrolet, Pontiac Geo, and Elgin. Wheeling in a new Pontiac during Pontiac sale month at Wallace Lundgren's. They're easier than the Cleveland Browns. You can take away a 1991 Pontiac Grand Am or Grand Prix at prices would even make Ralph Nader smile. And you can lease a new Pontiac under the Lundgren Philanthropic Lease Plan. And though they usually close on Saturdays, open on Sundays, for this sale they're open on Saturdays, not Sundays. Wallace Lundgren Chevrolet Pontiac Geo, right on the corner, right on the price, Elgin.
We have 10:52 left in the half. Buffalo leading the Giants 10-3 at the half. Greg Gumbel and John Madden will be with you. Special guest George Young, the general manager of the Giants, and Bill Polian, the general manager of the Bills. And a CBS News update will come your way at halftime. Hank, the Giants are using two down linemen, 4 linebackers, and 5 defensive backs.
Yeah, they keep changing that around. Sometimes they play with 3, other times with 2, and they keep changing the scheme to try to confuse Kelly and company, but they haven't done a very good job of it so far, and they've taken advantage of the alignment because they've been able to run a little bit better than they did early.
And Kelly is 9 out of 12. He has hit his last 6. He is not missing this opportunity, is he?
No, I talked to him before the game, and he was very firm in his belief that they were going to play a good game. They felt confident that they would win the game, and it's interesting to see how they're playing so far because they're off to a good start.
And the NFC has won the last 6 Super Bowl games, but Buffalo leads it here. Al Edwards, James Lofton, Andre Reed, the wide receivers. Kelly under center, and Thurman Thomas is running back from the 27-yard line of the Bills. Here's a give to Thomas. Running left, finds a hole. He blasts open to the 40, and that's a first down at the 41. What a big hole. 14 yards in the hurry-up offense. Everson Walls made the tackle.
Man for man blocking at the point of attack. Left tackle, left guard. Got a good push on Marshall, and also the linebacker on that side.
Here's another give to Thomas, and he dances away from tacklers and gets 4. Out to the Buffalo 45. New York seems like they're reeling a little bit, trying to stop this Buffalo offense.
Well, anytime that you move around that much, it's hard to get anchored. And if you go quickly, and especially going a quick count, you could be in trouble because you're not set.
2nd and 6. Kelly to throw. He looks and fakes short. Now runs with the ball. On the run he throws, and it is caught and then dropped. And where a big hit was made. Andre Reed shook loose, had his hands on the ball, and Myron Guyton whacked him and made him cough the ball up. It is going to be 3rd down and 6.
This is the first time they dropped the ball in that kind of a situation, Jack. They've got hit many times so far in this game, and they always were able to maintain possession of the ball.
The Bills are 0 for 2 on 3rd down. Here's contact at the line of scrimmage before the snap of the ball. That will cost somebody 5. It was 3rd and 6. And the referee is Jerry Seaman.
Encroachment prior to the snap.
That'll make it 3rd and 1, a 5-yard penalty against the Giants, who hopped offside with Eric Howard. They'll mark the ball right at midfield. That might change the Buffalo call. It's 3rd and 1 at the 50. With 10 minutes left in the half, the Bills lead 10-3. Kelly is under center on 3rd and 1 from midfield. He's back to throw. Drops it short. It is dropped by Andre Reed. It would have been a first down. He simply dropped it at the New York 45, and the Bills will have to punt That was a big play.
He really was. He must have heard Pepper Johnson coming in hot pursuit, number 52. He was right there, and he thought he was going to get hit, and he lost his concentration.
He was very close to Kelly, who zinged the ball at him, and now it's going to be Rick Tootin punting the ball to Dave Meggett, who stands at his 10. There's the long snap, and here's Tootin with the punt. He hangs it high and drives Meggett back. He lets it go. It's inside the 10, and it is caught by Meggett on a fair catch, but a 43-yard punt pins the New York Giants all the way back to their 7-yard line. Giants trail by 7, 10-3, and they start at their 7. With 9:38 left in the half, let's take time out.
Jimmy, why is the station wagon at the bottom of the pool?
Another quick reason for Campbell's Chunky Soup.
Well, after baking for the school fair and polishing the hamster's nails, I blew up Dad's birthday present, a blimp, which I anchored to the car before I stopped for a break. Campbell's Chunky Soup.
Delicious Chunky Soup. The hearty, satisfying stop you'll drop everything for. Takes just minutes to make so you can pick up right where you left off.
And when the blimp floated over the pool, I was just in time to cut the car loose. Late for yoga. Bye.
Blimp? One at a time. Campbell's Chunky Soup. The satisfying stop that keeps you going.
We thought Meggett was going to let that punt go, but he fielded it at the 7-yard line. That's where the Giants have as a starting point, and we'll be back in a moment.
What makes a rainbow bend? Where does the universe end? To know the world from A to Z. Discover science and technology. Where is the dinosaur? What's on the ocean floor? To know the world from A to Z. Astronomy, biology, chemistry, zoology, science and technology. It's fun, you see. Why is the sun so warm? What makes a winter storm? And what's a quadruped? Why is the planet Mars red? You find there's lots to know, exploring as you go. To know the world from A to Z. Discover science and technology. Astronomy, biology, chemistry, zoology, science and technology. Finally.
A public service message from the National Science Foundation.
The Giant quarterback, Jeff Hostetler, has not had a scintillating evening to this point. He's 3 out of 8, and only 1 out of his last 5. He starts from his 7.
And he's really taken some good shots after he's thrown the football.
He has Anderson and Carthon in the backfield. Will try to punch his way away from his own goal line. Moving from our right to our left. Motion by Ingram. Here's a pass from the end zone by Hostetler on the run now. Drops it off to Anderson. He's out to the 13. Good yards on the throw to O.J. Good for 6. And the tackle by Kirby Jackson on the corner for the Bills. A little dump-off pass to the running back.
That's a good call down there because they're looking for the run. It was a play action. And if they fake like they should, well, then one of those backs should be open, and he was.
It's 2nd and 3 from the 14. 2 tight ends now. Mark Bavaro and Howard Cross. Anderson, the lone setback. Wide receivers, Baker and Ingram, come to the left. Here's Anderson plowing. There goes the flag as he comes out to the 17. Art Demas, the umpire, threw a flag, and it's holding against New York, and that'll drive him way back as Ray Bentley made that tackle. The old holding call against New York. And it'll be half the distance to the goal line. 10-3, Buffalo leading with 8:55 left in the half.
Holding, number 65 offense, still second down.
The call against the center, Bart Oates. And the ball is back at the 7.
And Oates is a much better pass blocker, Jack, than he is a run blocker. He's not big enough to manhandle those big guys on the nose.
That's the 3rd penalty against New York, and it makes it 2nd and 10 from their own 7. 2 tight end offense. Buffalo lines up in a 4-man front. Hostetler starts Ingram in motion. He is back to throw, and he fumbles the ball in the end zone, and it's going to be a safety. Hostetler couldn't handle the ball, and Bruce Smith was on top of him. He dropped the ball, picked it up, scrambled, and was smothered. And the Bills get 2 more points, and they now lead 12-3, and they'll get the ball right back.
It looked like he stumbled, Jack. I couldn't tell what happened, but it looked like he stumbled a little bit and on his way back into the pocket, lost the ball, tried to recover it. And, of course, Smith was right on. Listen, we got a chance to look at it on the instant replay. Yeah, he did. He tripped.
Smith got right by the block of Anderson.
Unfortunate contact.
Hostetler stumbled, and the safety makes it 12-3. And now it'll be a free kick from the 20-yard line, and the Giants will give the ball right back to Buffalo. And the Giants are leading. They trail 12-3, and let's take time out.
Welcome home, America, to the biggest Dodge truck sale ever, with total savings up to $3,700 on the one-of-a-kind mid-size Dodge Dakota. It's the perfect deal on the...
And now a Persian Gulf update from CBS News.
CBS News Update. I'm Mike Pulsifer. U.S. and Scandinavian oil spill experts are headed for Saudi Arabia to lend a hand in the huge oil spill there. Officials say Iraq opened the valves at a Kuwaiti terminal, intentionally sending millions of barrels of oil into the Persian Gulf. Abdulbar Al-Gain, the Saudi environmental minister, says the impact on wildlife is severe.
We are concerned about the ability of these species to survive. Saddam Hussein is waging war on the region's wildlife.
A couple of U.S. laser-guided bombs were dropped on the valves in an effort to stop the leak. A smaller spill is fouling Gulf waters off the Saudi city of Khafji, where Iraqi shells hit oil storage tanks. A French official is predicting the Gulf ground war will start the middle of next month. U.S. Marine Major George Cutchell told his troops when it does, they'd better be careful, that Iraqi leader Saddam Hussein is crafty.
The guy knows what he's doing. He likes landmines. Landmines are there to channelize you and direct you into his killing zone.
Cutchell warned some of the extremely powerful mines cannot be neutralized.
One of them's got an anti-handling device fuse. He put a little mousetrap in there. Some people win the lotto. If you find one of these, you're going to win it. You're going to eat about 14 pounds of explosives. They're not going to find your shoes. They're not going to find nothing.
Morocco has troops in the Gulf, but the government has unexpectedly backed a trade union call for a 24-hour general strike tomorrow to show support for Iraq and underscore unhappiness with Morocco's Gulf policy. Violence during a general work stoppage in December left 5 people dead. CBS News Update. I'm Mike Pulsifer, CBS News, New York.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Count on News Talk 590, KLBJ AM, to give you the very latest from the Persian Gulf.
We now return you to the Super Bowl, still in progress.
The referee, Jerry Siemens, says go ahead, and Landeta will punt the ball. He kicks from the 25, and Edwards waits for it and takes it on the 15. Returns to the 20, to the 25, 30-yard line, and down he goes. A strong tackle downfield by Lee Roussan, and the Bills have a chance to move the ball again. Line of scrimmage is the Buffalo 30. Hostetler, while retreating toward the end zone, tripped over the foot of Otis Anderson, then regained his footing just in time to be tackled by Bruce Smith in the end zone for a safety. Thurman Thomas, the running back, with Jim Kelly. Kelly is hot here tonight. He's straight back to throw on first down. He throws long over the middle, and it's caught. Dropped now. Dropped at the New York 40. And it's incomplete on the pass to Andre Reed. The Giants thought they had it on the deflection, but the official said no. Collins recovered the ball, but the pass was incomplete. The hit by Myron Guyton. That's the 4th drop, and 3 of them by Andre Reed tonight. He just couldn't quite put it away before Guyton smacked him at the New York 40.
That's really the second pass that he's dropped here this afternoon. He should have caught both of them.
8:12 remaining in the half. 2nd and 10 Buffalo, and Kelly lines up in the shotgun. Hall the center snaps the ball. Kelly to throw over the middle, and incomplete. That pitch was high down to the Buffalo 45, and the tight end McKellar. Keith McKellar couldn't pull it down. It's 3rd and 10.
They got to throw the ball some over on the left side to Lofton. They're playing him off, and he's a great move guy, and they ought to be able to get the ball to him.
Kelly has missed his last 4. He's passing again, chased out of the pocket, throws on the run, incomplete, and the Bills will have to punt. So that time, the New York defense was swarming on the Bills, and they'll get the ball back after giving up a safety a moment ago. Kenny tried to hit his tight end McKellar. And the punter, Rick Tootin, will come in, take the snap from Adam Lingner, and kick it to Meggett, who stands at his 30. So Kelly cooled off on that recent series. He was 0 for 3. The snap to Rick Tootin. It's a good one, and he kicks it away. He hangs it high, and Meggett is driven back, and he signals for a fair catch and took it at his 23. The Giants are trailing 12-3. 7:53 remaining in the half. That was a 47-yard punt by Tootin and no return. And now the Giant offense wants to get on track. Hank, you see these players slowing down a little bit. It was a warm day here in Tampa, and it's warm down in that playing field.
It really is, and it's going to get tougher and tougher as the game progresses. The way Buffalo is snapping that ball so quickly with a no huddle, and I'm going on a lot of quick counts too.
Hostetler was tackled in the end zone for a safety the last time he handled the ball. Gets under center. 2 tight ends. Anderson in the backfield. They give it to him again, and Anderson comes out to the 26-yard line. Boy, they are stubborn. New York continues to plow that ball in there, and Anderson has carried 5 times for 17 yards.
Well, here again, they made up their mind going into the game. You know, you probe, you try to get together a game plan, and you decide, we're going to run left, we're going to run over our best tackle. Our tackle, I think, can beat Smith, and that's what they're doing. They continue to do it, and even though they haven't succeeded very well, they're going to continue to do that and maybe soften it up as they go along.
Jeff Wright and Bruce Smith made that last tackle on O.J. Anderson. And a player is shaken up going off the field. That's the nose tackle, Jeff Wright, and he is replaced by Gary Baldinger. Temperature is 67 degrees here in Tampa at the moment. Here's a second down call for Hostetler with a tight end cross in motion. A give to Anderson and a few yards up the middle to the 30. It's going to be 3rd down and 3.
They slammed it in there that time. 3-on-3, left guard on the left tackle. Blocking straight ahead with back leading. They got a pretty good push and made some yardage.
Baldinger just into the game made the tackle with Leon Seals, and it's 3rd and 3 New York. 7 minutes left in the half, and the Giants are only 1 for 4 on 3rd down this evening. Buffalo leads it 12-3. A safety, a field goal, a touchdown, and an extra point. Anderson stays in the lineup, but Hostetler is likely to throw. Ingram in motion. Hostetler back to throw. He throws, and it's batted down, incomplete, and the Giants will have to punt. Someone was right in his face and knocked the ball down, and New York will punt the ball. It might have been Leon Seals, the defensive end. He got in there. He's 6'5" and knocked it down.
Yeah, I think it was, Jack. I think that's exactly who it was. You know, I'm surprised that they haven't really moved the pocket some more than they have. They've thrown a couple of successful passes early on some bootlegs, and they haven't gone back to it. But I think this is the thing Hostetler does so well, and he'll get away from the pressure inside.
Here's a punt by Landeta, and he drives Edwards deep inside the 20, and he takes it on a fair catch at the 15. A great punt by Landeta, 55 yards. No return, and the Bills are at their 16-yard line. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the CBS radio network.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week, your news source is News Talk 590, KLBJ, AM Austin.
Last time Buffalo had the ball, they had to punt. When they come out onto the field on offense, they go right to the line of scrimmage, and they don't give that defense much time to think about things. Here's a first down carry by Thurman Thomas. Finds a hole out to the 25. Gets a terrific block from Lofton. Crosses the 30 and comes out to the 35. Lofton with a big block, Hank.
Yes, and a good blocking at the point of attack. And, of course, Thomas is so quick and so fast that all he needs is a little seam, a little cavity. He's going to get the most out of the plays he possibly can, and he did it on that last play.
A first down after that 18-yard run to the Buffalo 34. Guyton made the tackle. Buffalo's going to try to grind it out. They give it to Thomas again, and he squirms out to the 38. He got 4 yards. They mark it at the 38. 2nd and 6.
Howard Ballard really got a great block on that long run by Thomas.
Here is Kelly to throw on 2nd down. Out in the flat on a screen. Caught by Thomas. He breaks a tackle, moves across the 45, gets a first down to the 48. Great running after the catch, good for 10 yards. And Guyton made another tackle. So Thomas, who didn't do much in the first few minutes of this game, is asserting himself now.
Well, I think we'll find they're going to tire this defense out. And the longer they run, the longer the game goes, the more they're going to be able to run because they're tired.
Kelly in the shotgun on 1st down, back to throw. Throws it on the flat. It's wide open, caught by Thomas. He's out of bounds at the 45. He gains 7, and they're making it look easy. He went out at the 44.
And he's throwing the ball so quickly, and there's no pressure. No pressure whatsoever. And you have to give Kelly a lot of credit. He's reading and hitting the open receiver very consistently here in this game.
This looks like the Houston offense, the way they're running it now.
Well, it is. It's nothing. It's a run and shoot offense without running and shooting from side to side. He's staying in the pocket most of the time instead of moving from side to side.
Here's Kelly to throw on 2nd down, going for it all down the left sideline, and a scramble for the ball, and it's incomplete inside the 5. There was double coverage, but Kelly threw the ball nonetheless. He tried to get it downfield to James Lofton. Everson Walls had help from Perry Williams, and it's 3rd down and 2.
But here again, he didn't throw it far enough, and I think it's going to be more difficult. That was one of the few times that they were up there close on him, but the safety was over there to help out, and the ball wasn't thrown long enough and it was knocked down on the play.
And now here's a flag stopping play, and in addition, they showed a replay on this video board, and it looked like there might have been interference by one of the defenders on the previous play, but
Ball start prior to the snap, number 69 offense.
the call against Will Wolford, the left tackle of the Bills, cost them 5 yards, back to the New York 49. 3rd and 7. 3rd and 7 for Buffalo. On 3rd down, the Bills are 0 for 4 tonight. They have the additional wide receiver in there. And Al Edwards. Back to throw is Kelly. Sets up.
Very slow, and now the longer he plays, he's getting a feel of the game. The great backs all say, I need 15 carries to get in the flow of the game. The more he runs the ball, the better he looks and the better he runs.
2:35 left in the half, and the clock running. A 1st down, New York at their own 37. Anderson stays in the lineup, and Hostetler on 1st down. Takes to him and is going to pass, and he throws to the right sideline. It's caught. Big gain down in the Buffalo territory at the 41 by Ingram. Ingram had some big catches against the 49ers. Hostetler was blasted again. He crawls back on his feet. A 22-yard throw to Ingram to the Buffalo 41.
In Odoms, I couldn't tell whether he had help behind him or whether he just tried to make a play in front. Yeah, I don't know how he got. Yeah, I'm sure he had double coverage and he threw between the coverage.
That play takes us close to the 2-minute warning. Bruce Smith again unloaded on Hostetler after he threw the ball. Here's the 1st down from the Buffalo 41 for the Giants. They're moving from our right to our left. Here's a running play to Mega. Finds a big hole to the 30s, down to the 25-24. Another 1st down. And that takes us to the 2-minute warning. A 16-yard run by Megan. And the Giants are on the move. Leonard Smith, the tackler. We've reached the 2-minute warning. If you've been munching away and your upset stomach has issued you a warning, reach for the soothing relief of Pepto-Bismol. Now let's take them out.
It was the end of the 4th quarter. The final seconds were ticking away. 10.
Pass the chili.
Al said to Joe. 9.
Pass the hot sauce.
Joe said to Dick. 8.
Pass the ball!
They yelled at Joe's TV, but the quarterback would not pass. 3.
Pass the onions.
2.
Pass the ball!
1.
Pass the Pepto.
Joe said, knowing just one dose could help relieve their upset stomachs. Pepto-Bismol, the one that coats, is the only one you need. Use only as directed.
This is Jim Kelly with a special message to everyone in our radio audience. Next time you follow a Bills game, you're going to see magic out on that field. Because every time the Bills score, everyone in the community wins. But the real winners are the kids in the more than 50 youth programs that the United Way funds in the Buffalo area. You see, since I teamed up with United Way, for every touchdown I score during the season, a special group of corporations have pledged to make contributions to the United Way. So far, that's meant more than $47,000 to help kids cope with the tough problems they face growing up in today's complex society. It's not easy for them. That's why it's important to me. I want to thank the people of Buffalo who give to the United Way, and especially the corporate leaders who are members of the Jim Kelly's United Way End Zone Club. United Way is a great way to give and a great way to care. United Way, it brings out the best in all of us.
This message furnished by the National Football League.
The New York Giants started at their own 13. The last 3 plays have been first down plays for New York, and they've traveled to the Buffalo 25.
See, that's the thing that you have to be careful of, because they just keep coming after you, keep coming and coming. You have a couple of opportunities and made first downs. Buffalo did. They didn't. Andre Reed dropped the ball. He should have caught that ball, but he didn't. And as a result, now they're in trouble, and they're going to be very happy to come out of here with just 3 points.
1:55 left in the half. Buffalo leading by the score of 12-3. And a first down, New York, at the Bills' 25-yard line. Carthon and Megan are in the backfield. Getting into the end zone has been a problem for the Giants lately. Ingram goes in motion, and Hostetler to throw. Steps up and throws, and he overthrew Carthon. Incomplete inside the 20. He had shaken loose. Nobody near him. And it looked like Hostetler tried to guide the ball a little bit and missed him altogether.
Yeah, I think he steered the ball. Exactly what he did. He had plenty of time, all the time in the world, really. He had somebody leap up in front of him, and maybe that's why he threw it a little bit higher than he normally would have. I couldn't tell who it was, but somebody got in the way and kept it from going a little lower.
So he made a wild pitch to Maurice Carthon, and it's second down and 10. The Giants have no touchdowns in the last 6 quarters that they have played. Actually, not 6 quarters, but close to it. Second down, the Bills show the blitz. Ingram goes in motion. The blitz is on. The pass is going to be thrown out the flat and caught to the 21-yard line. The tackle made immediately by Carthon. On Carthon by Conlon, Shane Conlon. And it's going to be third down and 7 for New York at the 21 of Buffalo.
Conlon really made a great effort on the play. A good pursuing angle and made the tackle. It looked like he was going to get more yardage on the play than he actually did. Great play by Conlon.
Clock continues to run. The Bills don't want to stop it. I don't know why. I should think they'd stop it, Hank. Now they're down to 1:15. This is the 7th play of the drive coming. And now the Giants are going to call timeout to make sure they connect on this third down play, and they trail 12-3. 1:13 remaining in the half of Super Bowl 25. Giants have the ball at the Buffalo 21, and it's 3rd and 7. Timeout New York, and New York has 1 timeout remaining. It's a good drive by the Giants, Hank.
Yeah, it really is. I'm surprised they were able to do it as well and easy as they did it, but they're very efficient. And, of course, the big run by Anderson was very outstanding because, again, he showed a lot of bounce, a lot of spark, and made a good move to get that far down the field.
Then they get the fresh legs in there, and Dave Meggett, and he found a hole.
That's right.
But the play that set up this drive and kept it going was the long pass downfield to Ingram to the Buffalo 41-yard line. And now they're at the Buffalo 21. New York Giants scored first on a field goal by Barr, 28 yards. And in the first quarter, Scott Norwood tied it up with a 23-yarder. Then a 1-yard run by Don Smith put the Bills on top, 10-3. Then a safety as Bruce Smith tackled Hostetler in the end zone, 12-3. Now the Giants, with 1:13 left in the half, have moved to the Bills' 21, and it's 3rd and 7. Meggett stays in the New York lineup. Ingram goes to the right, Baker to the left. Giants have been unable to get the ball into the end zone most recently. Motion by the tight end Cross. Back to throw. The blitz is on. Hostetler unloads short. Caught out in the flat, and that's a first down inside the 15. And a great job by Howard Cross. Came back and caught the ball, and then lunged for first down yardage to the Buffalo 14.
A lot of times they'll misplay that kind of a catch. They're so eager to make the first down that they try to do second things first. He caught the ball and then went for the first down, which is very important.
Now 45 seconds remaining in the half. Clock running. First down at the 14. Ingram in motion. Hostetler Takes the handoff, rolls right, throws on the run, and that's batted down. Incomplete by Cornelius Bennett. And it stops the clock with 35 seconds remaining in the half.
Walt Corey is doing a good job of calling the defenses. We talked earlier about the fact that if they have any success with that play, they're going to have to start blitzing. Bennett was blitzing on the play, leaped up high to knock the ball down, and took him away from the opportunity to get the ball right down the field in good shape, a lot closer than it is right now.
So it's 2nd and 10 at the Bills 14 for New York, trailing the Bills 12-3. And 35 seconds remaining in the half. Hostetler brings his club out, sends Baker right, Ingram left. Has Megan and Carthon in the backfield. Megan is dangerous in a spot like this in the pass patterns. He goes in motion. Hostetler to throw over the middle, a sliding and attempted incomplete. Incomplete in the end zone. Try to get it to Stephen Baker. And that's going to make it 3rd and 10 from the 14 with 30 seconds remaining in the half.
He tried to get that away quicker than he should have, and as a result, didn't really have as much on the ball as he should have. Threw it right into the ground, hit a little bit too long.
Kelso is covering in the end zone, and they're putting quite a bit of pressure on Hostetler as he sets up to throw. New York on 3rd down is 2 out of 6 this evening. This is the 10th play of the drive coming. A critical 3rd and 10 at the 14 of Buffalo. Stacy Robinson checks in as the additional wide receiver. Hostetler in the shotgun. We'll check the Buffalo rush. The blitzes are on. Here's Hostetler throwing. End zone. Touchdown! Touchdown! That beat the blitz and scored the TD. It was Stephen Baker for 14 yards. It was an all-out blitz by Buffalo, and they got caught blitzing, Hank.
Yeah, well, that's what happens to you. It's feast or famine. Live by the sword, die by the sword, all those cliches that people use. But if you pass block and you don't have any security, that's exactly what's going to happen to you. It's all one-on-one coverage.
And that occurred with only 25 seconds remaining in the half. Nate Odoms was trying to cover Baker. A perfectly thrown ball by Hostetler. Here's the extra point try coming up by Matt Barr. The officials stopped play. Apparently they're going to review that one to see if Baker got both feet in bounds, and he did have control of the ball. They'll review it and let the play stand.
Yeah, there's no question about that one.
Replay, the play stands, touchdown.
So we have a 12-10 game. 12-9 at the moment. And Barr will try to make it a 2-point difference. That was a 10-play drive by the Giants of 87 yards, 3 minutes, 24 seconds. There's the snap and the kick by Barr. It is good. The score is 12-10 with only 25 seconds left in the half. Let's take time out.
Wake up, Bill. It's your conscience.
5 more minutes.
I don't know how you can sleep a wink not knowing if your business insurance is secure.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. My company just renewed my policy.
Sure, but times are changing. Can they stay committed to you down the road?
Hey, I'm with a big company.
Big isn't the answer. Financial strength and staying power are. We're talking long-term commitment here, Bill.
The CNA insurance companies believe business insurance should be a long-term commitment, a solid relationship that will stand the test of time. CNA's financial strength and stability have helped it stand fast in a variety of markets for nearly 100 years. Ask your independent agent or broker about CNA's long-term commitment to continuous coverage and the peace of mind it offers.
And I thought I was secure with any insurance company.
You are if they're committed to you, Bill.
Okay. I can't sleep with that on my conscience.
Ask your independent agent about the CNA insurance companies. CNA for all the commitments you make.
Well, it took the New York Giants almost 6 quarters to get a touchdown, but they got one here in Super Bowl 25.
They got one at the right time, too, because they're very close now, and that touchdown has got to give them a big lift offensively, because they're doing a good job defensively.
That play was on 3rd and 10 when Hostetler hit Stephen Baker in the end zone. Here's the kick by Barr. He kicks it deep, and it will be returned from the 3-yard line and then dropped by Smith. Picks it back up. He is tackled at the 12. Smith was lucky he got a bounce on this grass field. Right back to him to the Buffalo 13. And we'll see what the Bills do with 20 seconds left in the half. Roger Brown of the Giants downfield to cover that ball. Hank. take a moment to congratulate the new Hall of Famers, including your former kicker, Jan Stenerud. An exciting day for him, John Hanna, Earl Campbell, Tex Stram, and the seniors candidate, Stan Jones.
Yeah, I was there for the announcement. It was very thrilling to see the 5 people be inducted or be nominated for the Hall of Fame and get into the Hall of Fame. Especially pleased for Jan Stenerud, our great kicker at Kansas City.
Buffalo's not going to try to move the ball. They're going to sit on this 2-point lead, which is 12-10. They snap the ball. The clock runs down to 10 seconds. And it's been a very entertaining first half here at Tampa Stadium with 74,000 plus on hand. We played the first 30 minutes. The safety is the difference as Buffalo leads it by the score of 12-10. And let's pause for this word.
Jerry.
Yeah?
It's your conscience.
Oh, no, not now.
Gee, this place is a mess, and so is this balance sheet.
Look, I'm trying to study my cash flow, all
Well,
right?
I can tell you right now, you're paying out too much for other people's dishonesty.
What?
Don't you realize when people cheat on insurance claims, you pay the price in higher premiums?
Why should I have to pay?
Good question, Jerry.
With the right insurance company, you may not have to. It's true that insurance fraud leads to higher premiums. The good news is the CNA and...
For the New York Giants.
Against Bob Cratch, who's playing the right guard position. So the ball back to the 20, 2nd and 15. Hostetler brings him out. The Buffalo Bills are leading 12-10 here early in the second half. Meggett's in the lineup and Ingram's in motion. Hostetler back to throw. He's chased out of the pocket, throws the screen to Meggett. Down the sideline to the 25 and scrambles out near the 27-yard line. His knee touched down near the 27 on the screen pass, and Nate Odoms was covering him. It'll be 3rd and long, New York.
One thing you better make sure you do when he's got the ball, you better make sure you tackle him, and tackle him hard, and tackle him good, and squeeze him, because he gets away, and it's a great opportunity for the Giants to make a big play in a long run.
3rd down and 8 reasons. 3rd down and 8 yards to go for New York. And they have 4 wide receivers, including Stacy Robinson. Out of the shotgun, Hostetler. 4-man rush as he's back to throw. Over the middle, Meggett caught it at the 30, broke a tackle, came to the 35, got a first down. That's what Hank Stram just said. When Meggett gets the ball, you better not miss him, and they miss the tackle, and it's a New York first down.
Typical of a very fundamental, basic thing. You must tackle him. You must wrap him around, wrap your arms around him, and get him down. If you try to tackle him with a one arm, you're not going to get it done. He'll jump right out of your grasp.
So the Giants have come up with some big 3rd down plays this evening, including a touchdown. Nate Odoms and Cornelius Bennett made the tackle at the New York 38-yard line. Here's a pitch to Meggett running left, bouncing left across the 40. He is out to the 42-yard line with a 4-yard pickup before Ray Bentley tackled him. Meggett came across the 40 to the New York 42. And the Giants have kept the ball since the start of this second half. They've kept it for a couple of minutes. Meggett has run 6 times for 41 yards. 3 tight ends now for New York.
Unusual. Meggett took himself out of the game. He got a little tired.
2nd and 5 for New York. Here's a give to O.J. Anderson, and he blasts to the 45 and moves the pile out to the 47. A strong run by O.J. Anderson, now in his 12th year in the league, and Jeff Wright was being dragged along with Ray Bentley, and a substantial gain for Anderson, close to first down yardage.
I just can't believe how much improved he is as the game goes along. He's getting off a lot quicker and making better moves and getting a better push.
3rd down and 1. Anderson has carried 8 times for 44 yards. And he stays in the backfield on 3rd and 1 New York from their own 47.
See if they go left over Elliott.
Here they come left, and it is Anderson with a first down run across midfield to the 40, to the 35, to the 30. A strong run by O.J. Anderson down to the 29 before Mark Kelso tackled him along with Bennett. And now 9 carries, 68 yards Anderson.
He looks like a young kid running that football, doesn't he?
He took it down to the 29-yard line, and he was really rumbling. He was hard to catch up with. William Roberts, the left guard, was leading the play at the onset. And Anderson with a spirited run to the Buffalo 29. A relentless drive, and they've kept the ball for almost 4 minutes here in the third quarter. First down call by Hostetler.
Well, the run left again.
Ingram in motion. Here is a give to Carthon running left. A good block by Anderson, and Carthon to the 25. He got 4. Second and 6.
In matriculating now, Jack.
Second and 6 coming up. Jeff Wright made that tackle along with Darrell Talley. A very good drive for the Giants, who started from their own 25. The Giants have rushed for 124 yards, twice what Buffalo has compiled, 63 yards. And it is second down. Second and 6, New York, from the 25 of Buffalo. Megan in the backfield. Cross in motion. A give to Megan, running right. He runs away from people. There's a flag, and there's a first down run by Meggett to the 10-yard line to the 9. But now check the flag. It's a penalty against the Giants for holding. Mark Kelso made the tackle on the long run by Meggett, but holding against New York will make it second and 16.
Jerry must be for Buffalo. Every time he calls a penalty, he smiles a little bit.
He always smiles.
Holding. Number 89 offense. Still second down.
The call is against Mark Bavaro, the tight end. 5 Giant penalties, 3 against the offense. And that hurts the field goal position for the Giants, among other things, as it takes the ball back to the Buffalo 35.
The one thing the Giants are doing very well, they're running. They've run 9 times, average 5.4 running the ball. Pass play 7, averages 6.1 on first and 10. Terrific.
Second and long, New York. Meggett goes in motion. Hostetler back to throw. 4-man rush. He steps up and runs down the middle and tackled from behind at the 33 of the Bills by Jeff Wright, who broke away from his blocker and made the tackle on that second down run by Hostetler on what looked like a quarterback draw. He had that in his mind, Hank.
Yeah, he might have, but I think he was back there looking to throw the ball, Jack, and he saw some running room up front and took advantage of it.
The ball is at the Buffalo 32. This is the 9th play of the drive coming, and the Giants have kept the ball for 5 minutes, 45 seconds here at the start of the second half. They trail by 2. It is another third down play. Third and long. 3rd and 14. Shotgun formation for Hostetler. 4 wide receivers. Takes the snap. Sets up and throws over the middle, and it is caught. Another broken tackle. And a scramble down to the 20-yard line. First down, New York. On a strong run by Mark Ingram. 14 yards, and the Bills are missing tackles, and it's killing them.
Plus the fact that they had everybody in the line of scrimmage, 2 guys deep, the middle was wide open. That's where they like to throw the ball. I'm surprised that they were in that coverage, because there's no way in the world you can cover Ingram coming across from left to right on that kind of a pattern with the defensive alignment like it was.
Another third down play, and the Giants did not fail. Now they've kept the ball for almost 7 minutes here at the start of the second half, and they have a first down. At the 18 of Buffalo, they have O.J. Anderson back in the lineup and 3 tight ends. Motion by Cross. A give to Anderson. A hole up the middle. He is inside the 15 to the 14. He got 4. The ball came loose, but the play is over. Michael Lodish made the tackle for Buffalo. We have some pushing and shoving after the play. 7:53 remaining here in the third quarter, and the Bills have not touched the ball in the second half. They lead by 2, 12-10. The line of scrimmage is the Buffalo 14. Now they've put it at the 13. Second and 6. Off to the right, Ingram. 3 tight ends, New York. Megan in the backfield. They usually try to go wide with him. Cross in motion. Here's a give to Megan. Running wide. Turns the corner. And it was tackled very near the line of scrimmage. He got to the 12. To the 12, and another third down play confronts New York. And Cornelius Bennett and Kirby Jackson broke through what appeared to be some pretty good blocking. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the CBS radio network.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week, your news source is News Talk 590, KLBJ, AM Austin.
3rd and 4 for New York at the Buffalo 12. They've kept the ball for more than 8 minutes. And another critical third down play with O.J. Anderson in the backfield, 3rd and 4. 4-man front for Buffalo. Ingram in motion.
If they run left again, no?
Hostetler fakes to O.J. and runs left. Throws. It's caught inside the 10. 1st and goal, New York on the catch by Howard Cross on 3rd down. 9-yard pickup. 1st and goal, New York.
He threw that like the air was coming out of the football and floated right over the top. End over end, but it was complete, and another big play, but it looked like they were going to do something left, and he came out with a bootleg.
This is a relentless drive which has taken the Giants to the Buffalo 3-yard line. And they have kept the ball for almost 9 minutes. Smith and Odoms shoved it. Cross out of bounds, and it's 1st and goal from the 3. Anderson in the backfield. Hostetler takes the snap, gives to Anderson. He's to the goal line, but not in. It's 2nd and goal. O.J. to the Buffalo 1. The Giants are trailing by 2, 12-10. They have kept the ball, folks, for 9 minutes here in the 3rd quarter. And Leonard Smith prevented the touchdown. This is the 14th play of the drive coming. And it's 2nd and goal, Giants, right at the goal line of Buffalo. Out of the huddle they come. Trying to gain the lead here in the 3rd quarter. Carthon and Anderson in the backfield.
They're going to go left, I think, if they run.
Here's motion by the tight end and a give to Anderson. And it's a touchdown! New York regains the lead on a 1-yard run by Anderson. (16-12) New York. With 5:31 remaining in the 3rd quarter, they kept the ball for 9 minutes and 29 seconds. Mark Bavaro had a big block to help send O.J. Anderson into the end zone for the go-ahead touchdown for the Giants. Extra point try by Barr, trying to make it 17-12. It is up and it is good. And the Giants lead Buffalo 17-12. 5:31 remaining in the 3rd quarter. What a drive by the Giants. Let's take time out.
Welcome home, America, to the biggest Dodge truck sale ever. Never before have we offered total savings like these on so many trucks. Up to $4,200 on select full-size Ram pickups, $3,700 on mid-size Dodge Dakotas, $4,370 on Ram vans, and $3,300 on Ram Chargers. We're doing what it takes to get you behind the wheel of a new Dodge truck. Now with prices starting under $7,500. But you better hurry. The biggest Dodge truck sale ever is only for a limited time. So don't wait. Come in now while there's still a great selection to choose from. Welcome home to the affordable advantage of Dodge. Dakota S's under $7,500 base list price after cash back. Excludes tax and destination charge. Total savings are a combination of cash back from $1,000 to $1,500 and package savings from $170 to $3,370 on select Dodge trucks in stock, based on list prices of package items if sold separately.
James, why is there a giant pit in the backyard? Another quick reason for Campbell's Junkie Soup.
Well, Dad, first my termite collection got loose in the basement. Then I had to get the lawnmower out of the pool. And once I got the dog off the mailman, I finally took a break with Campbell's Junkie Soup.
When you've got lots going on, stop for a bowl of Junkie Soup. It's hearty, satisfying, and cooks up in minutes, so you get a delicious break without missing a beat.
So as you can see, I had to dig that tunnel to the mall. Okay, see ya.
Tunnel to the mall? Campbell's Junkie Soup, the satisfying stop that keeps you going.
CBS Radio Sports coverage of Super Bowl 25 is sponsored by Campbell's Junkie Soup and by the State Farm Insurance Companies. A 14-play drive has the Giants on top, 17-12. They went 75 yards, kept the ball 9 minutes, 29 seconds. Barr will kick off from our right to our left to either Al Edwards or Don Smith of Buffalo. Giants have regained the lead and have the lead for the second time tonight. They were trailing 12-3. Now they lead 17-12. The kickoff goes to Edwards. Took it on the 8 to the 10 to the 20. Big hole to the 30, 35, 40-yard line. A big return for Buffalo. And Matt Barr, the kicker, made the tackle again. A 32-yard return by Al Edwards to the Buffalo 40. And with the score, the Giants 17 and the Bills 12. Let's take time out.
Everyone knows State Farm for its homeowners insurance. After all, we insure more homes than anyone. What you may not know is that we can protect something that's far more valuable: the financial security of your family. You see, State Farm is also one of the country's largest and best life insurers. Talk to your State Farm agent about tailoring a life insurance plan to fit your needs. No one can do a better job of helping you protect what's most precious to you. State Farm sells life insurance.
According to the clock, the Giants have just had the longest drive in Super Bowl history to get the go-ahead touchdown. We'll be back in a moment.
Hey, this is Frankie Avalon. I was so hungry today, I just had to go to Sonic for the brown bag special. You get 2 burgers, 2 orders of fries, 2 medium soft drinks, all for a special low price. Now, how am I going to eat all this? The burgers are just so big, and you get 2 of everything. So if you're going to Sonic for the brown bag special, don't go by yourself. Bring a friend.
Wherever you are, just the Texaco star up ahead. It's there shining bright.
When you're hungry for a hot breakfast that's fresh out of time, stop by your Texaco Food Mart for a delicious Deli Express breakfast break sandwich, any variety, and we'll throw in a free 16-ounce cup of Maxwell House coffee or a fountain drink. Now at participating locations.
The New York Giants have more than doubled the time of possession against Buffalo. 27 minutes plus for New York, 12 minutes and 4 seconds for Buffalo.
Yeah, that's important in a game like this one, but the important thing is what you do when you have possession as far as quality plays are concerned, and you have to take advantage of it. Buffalo has to come right back here and score in this drive.
The Bills have 3 wide receivers and Thurman Thomas in the backfield from their own 40. Jim Kelly under center. He gives the ball to Thomas, goes up the middle, he breaks it across the 45. He's good for 8 yards out to the 48. Made it look easy against that 2-man front of New York, Hank. They are using 2 down linemen, 4 linebackers, and the 5 defensive backs.
Yeah, and they recognize it early, and they're taking advantage of it by running at it, and that's what you have to do. They have to be patient, and if that's what they're going to do with 2 defensive linemen, you got to run at it.
And 2nd and 2, a pass play by Kelly, who runs for a first down and slides down at the 45 of New York. Diving in was Greg Jackson, and he came very close to drawing a penalty. The thing that avoided the penalty was that Kelly didn't go down feet first, Hank. He went head first and got hit.
Yeah, that's the thing they have to do. Quarterbacks have to go in feet first, or they will be
decapitated. Here's a running play to Thurman Thomas, and stuffed at the 45-yard line. He got 2 to the New York 45, making it 2nd down and 8. As Buffalo trails by 5, 17-12. Gary Reason's the tackler, along with Pro Bowler Eric Howard, who was added to the Pro Bowl squad from the Giants. 2nd and 8, Buffalo.
They got to get the ball to Lofton. They haven't done enough with him.
Here's Kelly throwing the ball on the flat. It is stripped and dropped. It was in the arms of Reed, but the defensive back, Greg Jackson, stripped the ball from him, and a flag has been thrown. Here's offensive interference against Buffalo. The pass was incomplete. It'll either be 3rd and 8 or 2nd and longer than that. 4 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Number 84 offense, still 2nd down.
So the Giants accept the penalty.
I can't understand why they don't throw the ball to Lofton. He's one-on-one on Williams on the outside, and he's he's so wide open most of the time it's ridiculous. They're playing very soft, and the defensive back is turning his knees into the inside. They got to throw outside to it.
2nd and 18 as Kelly is back to throw. Throws long to the sideline, incomplete. He missed his man altogether, and there's heavy coverage out there by Perry on the wide receiver, Al Edwards. Buffalo is playing without Don Beebe, who is injured. Here comes another penalty. It's a holding call against Buffalo, and the Bills are in reverse. Are they going to accept that penalty?
Number 65 offense. Penalty decline. 3rd down.
It is 3rd down as a result of the declining of the penalty. And it's 3rd and 17 for Buffalo. The ball at the Buffalo 45. The Bills are 0 for 5 on 3rd down tonight. And you know how that hurts. They're trailing 17-12 as they break the huddle. They have 3 wide receivers, including Al Edwards. And Lofton and Reed back to throw. Kelly. Very little pressure. Now he runs. Now he's hit. Now he's sacked. Back inside the 40 by Leonard Marshall. And the Bills will have to punt it. They've come to a standstill. That's the first sack of the night against Kelly.
And the worst thing about it is they had good field position starting that drive on the 40-yard line on their own 40 after a good kickoff return, and they now are kicking from about the same spot.
And it might take the Bills a long time to get the ball back. Rick Tootin will punt to Meggett, who's inside his 25. This is the 5th Buffalo punt tonight. A low snap and the kick. It's a terrible kick, and it goes out of bounds, and they shanked it. A low snap, and Tootin rushed it, shanked it. And the Giants are going to be in very good position at their own 42. The Giants have the ball in a 17-12 lead. Let's take time out.
Conway and Corman for Contact, the sportscasters.
What a run! And it's first down. You can't announce the game with that cold. Take Contact. Its 600 tiny time fills last 12 hours.
Well, that's up to 3 times longer than some others.
Yes, there's a whole day's work in every Contact. Later on, fourth quarter, break through for 20 yards. Boy, does Contact really work for you.
Sure did. Yes, I got on with the air some. What? I'm just rewinding myself to the instant replay.
There's a whole day's work in every Contact. Use only as directed.
A 21-yard punt has just hurt Buffalo. We'll be back in a moment.
I don't want to go to school, Mommy. Everybody's mean. I hate school. That's stupid.
For this bright 6-year-old, the ABCs have never been as simple as ABC. Where do you go when you can't read or write like the other kids? He got help at the Center for Learning Disabilities. They got help from the United Way. All because the United Way got help from you. The United Way. It brings out the best in all of us. A public service of the Advertising Council.
Hi, this is Judd Hirsch. If you have questions about asthma medications, such as steroids, call Lung Line. It's a free information service of the National Jewish Center for Immunology and Respiratory Medicine in Denver. You'll talk to a specially trained nurse with helpful information about side effects and other concerns you may have about asthma medications. Call Lung Line, 1-800-222-LUNG. That's 1-800-222-LUNG.
A 21-yard punt allows the Giants their best starting position of the night. They're at their own 42. Lingner gave a low snap to the punter, Tootin. He rushed it, shanked it, and knocked it out of bounds at the Giant 42.
This thing has turned around completely, hasn't it, Jack? It really has. And now with the field position of the Giants, now they have to take advantage of the situation like the Buffalo Bills didn't when they had a chance to take over the momentum of the game. They have to take advantage of it now, maintain good possession, and get another score.
Giants stay with O.J. Anderson in the backfield. And 3 tight ends. Motion by Cross, the tight end. A fake to Anderson. Hosteller rolling left, throws on the run. It's caught. And Cross makes a good move, and he gets 10 yards for a first down. Across midfield of Bills territory. Howard Cross caught it. And another broken tackle by Buffalo. Nate Odoms finally did make the stop. Cross has caught 4 for 39 yards.
Yeah, the tackling of the Buffalo Bills just fundamentally has been atrocious. They've been terrible.
They're going to measure to see if it's a first down. We've already called it a first down, so we'll stay with that first impression as the ball is at the Buffalo 47. And it is a first down for New York. 3:14 remaining in the third quarter. And the Giants leading 17-12. This has been a much maligned New York Giant offense, but they're perking tonight. Here's the first down call. And a fake to Anderson. Pass play. Hosteller on the flat. Incomplete. The flag is thrown. A flag is thrown back in the secondary. Stephen Baker had the ball go off his hands. And a call against Buffalo. Defensive holding. That's an automatic first down. And the Bills are doing a lot of things wrong here in the third quarter.
They surely are. That's the one thing about the Giants. In that, if they don't lose, they're not going to get beat very often. Meaning that they don't give anything away. Whatever you get against the New York Giants, you must earn. And when you have an opportunity, you better take advantage of it. Buffalo has not done that in the game.
First down for the Giants, now at the Buffalo 43. Less than 3 minutes remaining in the third quarter. The Giants leading 17-12. The Giants on the move from our right to our left. It's first down. Hostetler starts negative motion. And gives the ball to Anderson running right and no place to go. He slips and falls and loses while he's back to the line of scrimmage. Shane Conlon covered him as Anderson's feet went out from under him. Anderson really enjoying these Super Bowl proceedings, Hank.
He should.
After a long career, this is his 12th year, and here he is in the Super Bowl. 73,813, the attendance here at Tampa Stadium. Anderson has rushed 13 times, 75 yards. Second and 10, New York at the Buffalo 43. Two tight ends. Here the fake to Anderson, and Hosteller rolling right. Gets away from one pursuer and gains a yard or two and runs out of bounds. These Buffalo linebackers can move, and they chased him out of bounds, along with Bruce Smith, who moves like a linebacker.
It's unusual that they're running so many of those bootlegs to the left because he's a right-handed quarterback. You would think they change a little bit and do the same thing to the right side where he has a better position from the feet standpoint and delivery standpoint to throw the ball.
Two running plays and no gain. In fact, a 1-yard loss back to the Buffalo 44 makes it 3rd and 11 for New York, and they've been terrific on third down tonight. They're 7 out of 11 on third down. 2 minutes left in the third quarter, clock running. Hosteller needs 11 yards, lines up in the shotgun. Takes a step from Oates and is back to throw. Throws on the flat. It's caught to the 35, and it's 4th down and 2. Caught by Mark Ingram, and what will the Giants do? They're in a spot to gamble at the Buffalo 35-yard line. What do you think, Hank?
I think they'll probably try to go for it, Jack. I really do. Although I think if he plays it like he normally would play it, if there's more than a yard, why he's going to kick the field goal. If it's less, he's going to go for it. Let's see what he decides to do.
It's 4th and 2 at the 35, and they are going to go for it. During the regular season, New York was 8 out of 17 on 4th down, and in the playoffs, they're 4 out of 4 on 1st down. Let's see what they do with Anderson in the backfield. 4th and 2.
They got
a give to Anderson. He is stopped, and he loses yardage, and Buffalo takes over. There was no place to go, and Bruce Smith led the way.
Yeah, they keep challenging Smith, and that time he made a big play to stop the drive. That was really a big play for Buffalo. Had they made the first down, maintained possession of it, it would have been trouble.
Buffalo gets the ball with 1:19 remaining in the third quarter, and the Giants leading 17-12. And there's a timeout on the field, and the Buffalo Bills will start from their 37. Giants lead at 17-12, third quarter. Let's take timeout.
You know the feeling? You're standing at the gas pump just watching the dollars add up. Well, lucky for me, I drive a new Sonoma 4x4 from GMC Truck. Now you might say, oh right, a pickup truck, that's real fuel efficient. Hey, but think again. It gets an EPA estimated 17 miles per gallon city and 22 highway. When you compare my Sonoma 4x4 to any other pickup in the same class with a comparable size V6 engine, my Sonoma comes out ahead. You heard me right, but that's not why I bought it. I mean, a few months ago, gas was $1 a gallon. No problem. What I wanted was power. And the new Sonoma 4x4 comes standard with a 4.3-liter V6 engine, the most powerful one in its class. So figure it out. With GMC Truck Sonoma, you get performance and practicality. Or better yet, don't figure it out. Just drive it. GMC Truck. It's not just a truck anymore. It's quality on the road.
All comparisons exclude other GM products.
It was the end of the fourth quarter. The final seconds were ticking away. 10.
Pass the chili.
Al said to Joe. 9.
Pass the hot sauce.
Joe said to Dick. 8.
Pass the ball!
They yelled at Joe's TV, but the quarterback would not pass. 3.
Pass the onions.
2.
Pass the ball!
1. Pass the Pepto, Joe said, knowing just one dose could help relieve their upset stomachs. Pepto-Bismol, the one that coats, is the only one you need. Use only as directed.
With almost 74,000 looking on, tickets $150 apiece. Hank, this is an $11 million gate.
Strong.
Buffalo in this quarter, the third quarter, has held the ball for only 1 minute 49 seconds. We have 1:19 remaining in the period. The Giants maintain their defensive alignment with 2 down linemen, 4 linebackers, 5 defensive backs, and Buffalo starts at their own 37 first down. They trail. The Giants lead at 17-12. 3 wide receivers, including Edwards, Lofton, and Reed for Buffalo. Under center is Kelly. Back to throw is Kelly Chase. Hit. Throws the ball, and it is caught on the flat. Running with the ball across the 40 to the 45, close to a first down. Goes Thurman Thomas. Lawrence Taylor just missed corralling Jim Kelly, and he completed the pass.
It looked like he got a piece of his arm or something. The ball just barely floated out there to Thomas, but he made the catch and picked up good yardage on the play. Now it's second at about a yard.
We interrupt the game to bring you an update on the Persian Gulf situation from CBS News.
CBS News Update. I'm Mike Pulsifer. U.S. officials hope the 2 bombs dropped on the valve system at a Kuwaiti oil terminal will end what they say is an intentional Iraqi-caused leak. Millions of barrels of oil have gushed into the Persian Gulf.
This spill right now is representing an amount of oil that's 20 to 25% of the average amount of oil entering each year and from all sources into the world's oceans.
Jeff Hyland, the assistant director of the Marine Science Institute at the University of California at Santa Barbara. A smaller leak is allowing oil to flow into the Gulf. It's from
Be prepared to stop either one of these 2 people, or else you're going to be in trouble. And Thomas provided the trouble for the Giants on the last play.
And that makes the score 18-17 Buffalo. Extra point try. Reed made a great block on the run by Thurman Thomas. Extra point try by Scott Norwood. Lingner snaps it. There's a kick. It's Buffalo by 2, 19-17. We have 14:52 remaining in the game. And more, it looks like the safety scored against the Giants might be the difference in this game. With the score, 19-17 Buffalo over New York. Let's take time out.
Yes? Hi. You must be Mrs. Hill. I'm Brian. I'm taking Tiffany out tonight.
Is that your Isuzu pickups out front?
Why, it's...
Dave Gerson is deep along with Dave Meggett. Scott Norwood will kick it off from our right to our left. Kicking, of course, from the 35. 14:52 left in this exciting Super Bowl 25. Anybody's game as Norwood kicks it off. It is high and will be returned by Meggett from the 13, quickly to the 20, running right, and knocked down before he could get to the 25. Dave Meggett was stopped by Jamie Mueller. And the Giants get the ball at their own 23. They really pinned him against the sideline with a clever kick by Norwood.
Yes, it was a good kick, and you have to kind of keep him close to the sideline where you got somebody else to help you with the out-of-bounds situation.
Hostetler has hit his last 6 passes. He's 15 out of 25. And the Giants can't afford to sit on the ball.
This would be a good time to roll, fake that bootleg to the left and roll right. He hasn't done that at all. It's gone left every time he's done it.
Ingram comes in motion from the 23. A give to Anderson, and Anderson stretches out to the 26. He got 3 yards. Second down and 7, tripped up by Leon Seals and also ran into one of his own blockers.
You know, the Giants have really had good balance in this game so far. 27 runs, 27 passes.
They were stopped the last time they had the ball. And they had to punt it away. Second down and 7 from their own 26. Carthon and Anderson in the backfield now. Hostetler likely to throw. Ingram in motion. On 2nd and 7, Hostetler fakes to Anderson. Runs out of the pocket. Throws on the run downfield. Incomplete. Way over Baker. And it's 3rd down. 3rd and 7. Let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the CBS radio network.
A 52-year tradition of news and sports excellence. News Talk 590, KLBJ, AM Austin.
On that last throw by Hostetler, Jeff Wright, the nose guard, had big pressure on him. Wright had been injured earlier. Back into the game now. On 3rd down, the Giants have picked up a first down, 6 out of the last 7 tries. It's 3rd and 7 now from their own 26. Shotgun formation. 5-man front for Buffalo. They change the play at the line of scrimmage. Oates snaps the ball. The blitz is on. The pass is thrown. It's caught. Big first down. Giants across the 40 to Bavaro. They beat the blitz again, and Hostetler hit Bavaro for a first down. Shane Conlon bumped him out of bounds, but the ball is at the New York 42-yard line, a 16-yard pickup.
It's incredible the way they've been able to make those 3rd down conversions.
On 3rd and 7 that time. That's where they plant the ball. Giants are trailing by 2, 19-17. 13:35 left in the game. First down call, Hostetler. Bills have been unable to stop the Giants on 3rd down tonight. Ingram goes in motion. Here's the give to Anderson, blowing up the middle, bounces outside, goes to midfield with a strong run. He picked up about 7, and he's a spirited runner here tonight.
He really is, and he's making good moves. You know, the Bavaro pass, the problem with that is they was able to make that big catch.
Jackson made that last tackle on Anderson in midfield. They're trying to unwind another relentless drive. Here's a give to Carthon with a first down attempt, and he does get a first down to the Buffalo 47 as we view it. In the arms of Gary Baldinger and Darrell Talley. Let's see what forward progress it is. A first down at the Buffalo 47.
And the Giants are really coming off the ball to the offensive linemen. John Elliott, Roberts, Oates, Moore, and Riesenberg, they're really getting a good push up front, and that's why they're able to run like they're running the last 2 times they've had the ball.
They're taking plenty of time in the huddle, taking a lot of time off the 30-second clock. And they have a first down call now at the Buffalo 47 with Ingram in motion. Hostetler fakes the handoff, passes quickly. It's caught. Bavaro, first down inside the 30. A quick pop to the tight end right down the middle, and another Giant first down. Beautiful throw by Hostetler. 1, 2, 3.
He play action faked it and knew exactly what he wanted to do. Got rid of the ball perfectly, very quickly. Bavaro just got off the line of scrimmage with no interference whatsoever. They were trying to cover him from the inside with an inside linebacker, Bentley, and just couldn't get it done.
Now down to the Buffalo 27 and a first down, New York. 11 and a half left in the game. This is the 7th play of the drive coming. Buffalo leads 19-17. They're reeling on defense right now. Here's the first down call again for Hostetler. Motion by Carthon. Hostetler back to throw. Sets up and throws, and it's caught inside the 15. That's another first down. And a first down throw again. And this one was to Mark Ingram. And a Buffalo player stretched out. Ingram caught the ball. Leonard Smith made the tackle. And it might be Leonard Smith who is shaken up, and now the ball has moved inside the 20 of Buffalo. 14-yard pickup, and Mark Ingram has caught 5 passes tonight.
And Ingram almost lateraled the ball that time to Carthon, but he thought better of it and kept it and went down after the tackle was made.
We have an injured player, the tackler, Leonard Smith. So let's take time out.
How
wanted to get away for the weekend. No way I'm trusting my car. Old, unreliable. I shop around, and not only is budget nearby, but they give me a great rate on the most beautiful new car you've ever seen. The budget guy behind the counter smiles and says, "It's all yours." I say, that's how I'm going to play it all weekend.
The smart money is on budget.
Leonard Smith is up and walking off, and the Giants are up. They have a first down at the Buffalo 14. Buffalo leads by 2, 19-17. Back in a moment.
At Apple Tree, you're important. So if you're ever less than pleased with the freshness of an item, please let them know. They'll not only replace it, they'll also return your money. That's the Apple Tree Fresh Guarantee. And because they're employee-owned, it's a promise they all work hard to keep. Apple Tree.
Everything is Apple Tree. Everything is Apple Tree Fresh.
So shop Apple Tree, where everything is guaranteed Apple Tree Fresh.
It isn't every day you get offered something for nothing. But at Farmers Insurance, we offer every day a free analysis of your insurance needs. It's called the Farmers Friendly Review. Just stop in at a local farmers agent for your Farmers Friendly Review. Odds are it'll tell you a lot about your insurance needs. But we think it will also tell you something about us and why over 10 million Americans depend on farmers.
In Northwest Austin, call Johnny Haney. In South Austin, call Mac Forrester.
KLBJ AM Austin.
Jeff Hostetler, the Giant quarterback, is seizing the moment. He is 9 out of 11 in the second half. Overall, he's 18 out of 29. And he has brought the Giants to the Buffalo 14, where it's first down New York. Buffalo leading 19-17, 10:50 remaining in the game. Leonard Smith replaced by Dwight Green. 3 tight ends, New York. Anderson in the backfield. Buffalo shows the blitz. Here the give to Anderson. Bounces outside. Turns upfield, and he goes to the 10. He got 4 yards, and he's closing in on 100. Tackler Dwight Green, who is just into the game. Down to the Buffalo 10. Giants are already within field goal range, but of course, they're thinking touchdown.
And they've rushed the ball, Jack, 30 times, 148 yards. They're really getting a lot done up front. The offensive line is doing a tremendous job, and Anderson has been remarkable in the second half.
The lineup is Oates up front with Cratch and Roberts, the guards, and Elliott and Riesenberg, the tacklers. 3 tight ends from the 10. A fake to Anderson and a quick pass in the flat, caught by Bavaro. He is knocked down at the 9. Buffalo covered that one well. On the pass to Bavaro, and his forward progress was only to the 8-yard line.
Very bad faking on the play. Didn't get any kind of a fake, any deception on the play at all, and that's why they didn't succeed in getting more yardage on that bootleg pattern.
That is their first timeout.
It is 3rd and 5, and the Giants call a timeout, stopping the clock with 9:37 remaining in this game. Buffalo has the lead, 19-17, and the Giants have the ball at the Buffalo 8. 19-17 in favor of Buffalo, and let's take time out.
Well, you made it through Thanksgiving. Oh. You made it through Christmas. Oh. You even made it through New Year's Eve. Oh. Just when you thought you made it through the holidays, along comes one more assault on your head and stomach. January 27th, the Sunday of Sundays, the football game of football games, the junk food blitz of junk food blitzes. Oh. Make sure you still have some Alka-Seltzer. Use only as directed.
Leonard Smith had been poked in the eye. He's back into the game, and we're back in a moment.
This is Hugh Downs for the U.S. Space Foundation, presenting Frank Sinatra and Willie Nelson.
William, it's obvious that you and I do not share the same tailor. What do you call that thing up there?
Call it my way, Francis.
Touché.
Right on.
But we do share the same feeling about the benefits of space technology, don't we?
That's true. It's led to a lot of things that have helped all of us, city dudes and country cousins alike.
Take a look at one. It's called medical imaging. The images it generates are in color and more detailed than X-ray. Even subtle changes in the small arteries show up.
They give a doctor a clear picture of what's going on inside your body.
They can help him spot trouble without exposing you to harmful radiation.
And this medical imaging stuff is just one of the thousands of down-to-earth ideas that have come from space research.
This casually dressed gentleman and I have found out and want you to know is a lot of what's going on up there
Benefits all of us down here.
space technology.
This is what's in it for you.
For more information, call 1-800-255-1000.
Here's tonight's chunky super lineman. We select John Elliott, Jumbo Elliott, the left tackle of the Giants, 6'7", 305 in his third year, number 2 pick for the Giants. He's played a wonderful job tonight facing up with Bruce Smith, the chunky super lineman, sponsored by Campbell's Chunky Soup, the satisfying stop that keeps you going. This is the 10th play of the drive coming up for New York. It is third down and 5 at the Buffalo 8-yard line. Jeff Hostetler trying to pick up yardage to continue this drive. Otherwise, New York would have to settle for a field goal try. Hostetler's touchdown pass tonight went to Stephen Baker. The touchdown run was by O.J. Anderson, plus a field goal by Parr, accounting for the 17 New York points.
And Hostetler on third down, he's 5 of 9. All 5 went for first downs.
He gets under center. Split backs, including Meggett. Ingram going in motion. Hostetler takes the snap and hands it off to Meggett. Bounces outside. He dives to the 4. He might have a first and goal for New York. The bouncy Dave Meggett avoided a tackle, got inside the 5, and they're going to mark the ball at the 3. And that's very close to first down yardage, close enough to measure. And I'm guessing from up here it's first and goal New York.
I think he made it.
Meggett went to the 3 before Bentley tackled him along with Conlon. They measure to see. And it is first and goal New York at the Buffalo 3. First and goal for New York. They trail 19-17. 9:17 remaining in the game. 10th play of this drive coming up. The 11th play now. 3 tight ends, Mark Bavaro, Howard Cross, and Bob Marasco. Anderson in the backfield with Carthon, who's a great blocker. Very tight formation. Marasco in motion. Give to Anderson. Tackle in the backfield at the 7. The nose tackle, Jeff Wright, was not to be denied. And knocked Anderson back at the 7, and that hurts, Hank, as they try to go wide.
Boy, that was a big play by Wright. Terrific play.
Back at the Buffalo 7, where it's second and goal. You would have thought they'd have just tried to pound it out straight ahead with Carthon and Anderson, Hank, but they tried to go wide with Carthon leading the way and a 4-yard loss.
It's another one of those plays where you line up at one side of the formation, have to go all the way across the formation, a long time to hold your blocks.
Now let's see what Hostetler does. He delays the ball to Anderson up the middle, and he's back to the 4-yard line. It's third and goal from there. On a draw. He just doesn't start that quickly, does he, Hank, on those draw plays?
No, he doesn't. He really doesn't, and he didn't that time. He looked a lot quicker in a lot of the other runs he's run so far this afternoon.
Carlton,
a slow start.
Carlton Bailey, the inside linebacker, tackled him with Leon Seals. And it is third and goal, back at the original line of scrimmage at the Buffalo 3. Giants trailing by 2. They're 9 out of 14 on third down tonight. Boy, they've been good. Anderson stays in the backfield. Hostetler with Ingram in motion. Takes the snap, wants to throw. He looks, he throws in the flat, and it is incomplete. It's fourth down. Covered by Cornelius Bennett, the linebacker. And the Giants will have to settle for a field goal try, which would put them ahead by 1. It was first and goal at the 3.
I tell you, that Bennett made a great play. Those are the kind of big plays you have to make in this kind of a game. They've made several of them, knocking balls down and forcing him to throw when he wasn't ready to throw. Bennett really did a terrific job of getting a hand up and knocking the ball down and almost intercepted it.
Matt Parr, who hit from 28 yards, is going to try from 21 yards with Hostetler holding the ball. There's the snap and the kick. And the New York Giants go back on top by a score of 20-19 with 7:20 left in the game. New York Giants 20, Buffalo Bills 19, 7:20 left in the contest. Let's take time out.
Welcome home, America, to the biggest Dodge truck sale ever, with total savings on select trucks like never before. Now save up to $4,200 on select Ram pickups in stock. Dodge full-size pickups have ranked highest among all full-size pickups in customer satisfaction for 2 years in a row. We're going to put you behind the wheel of a new Dodge during the biggest Dodge truck sale ever. But it's only for a limited time, so you'd better hurry. Come in now while there's still a great selection to choose from. You may never have a chance like this again. Welcome home, America, to the affordable advantage of Dodge and the biggest Dodge truck sale ever. Total savings are a combination of $1,500 cash back plus up to $2,700 package savings based on list prices of LE Advantage package items if sold separately. Satisfaction rankings based on the J.D. Power & Associates 1989 and 90 Truck Customer Satisfaction Index.
Matt Barr kicks it off for the Giants. It will be returned by Smith from the 7 to the 10, 15, 20. He lost the ball. Now he got it back. And a good tackle at the 20-yard line. He darn near lost it. Downfield for New York with Roger Brown to make the tackle at the Buffalo 20. The Bills trail by a point, 7:11 left. They start from their 20-yard line. And they better not give the ball over to New York without scoring. They might not get it again.
Well, they better not make a mistake here and give the ball to New York either, because in this area of the field and the way they like to throw the ball, especially in the middle, they could get themselves in trouble if they're not careful.
Thurman Thomas in the backfield with Jim Kelly. Kelly takes the snap, gives to Thomas, running right, cuts upfield to the 25. He got 5 yards. New York playing with 2 down linemen. Mark Collins made that tackle. Eric Howard and Leonard Marshall are the 2 players up front. Thurman Thomas has rushed 13 times, 103 yards. He took it out to the Buffalo 25. Here's Kelly back to throw on 2nd down. Looks over the middle. Throws out in the flat. It is caught for a 1st down. Out to the 40-yard line to Thomas. A great piece of work by Kelly and Thomas and a 1st down to the Buffalo 39. And the hurry-up offense. Collins the tackle.
I tell you, Thomas has really made some great plays in this game. Look at it again. They get no pass rush whatsoever. He has plenty of time to look.
Here's Kelly to throw again. He's chased out of the pocket. He runs with the ball and goes out of bounds. Chased by Pepper Johnson out of bounds at the 40. Gain 1 yard. Stops the clock. 6:13 left. 2nd and 9 coming up for the Bills, who trail 20-19.
And the big thing they have to think about is just getting close enough to kick a field goal, and whatever else they can get after that, that's fine. But they ought to be thinking in terms of getting down in that area so they make sure they get a chance at least kick a field goal and go ahead.
Here's a running play, a draw play, and it's stopped after a gain of a yard. It was Ken Davis running with the ball. Here comes a big 3rd down for Buffalo. They were just tackled at their own 41. It is 3rd down as a result, 3rd and 8. And they're 0 for 6 on 3rd down tonight from their own 42. Kelly back to throw. Sets up and throws on the flat. It's caught and dropped. Incomplete. A big hit by Gary Reasons. And he made the wide receiver, Edwards, drop the ball. Harry Williams was there on Al Edwards, and the pass was incomplete. That's a 6th drop pass tonight by the Bills. Are going to have to punt. Big hit by Williams on the corner.
Did a bad job of running the pattern. Never got enough of a cushion. Never really sold him on the idea that he was going inside before he cut outside. He was all over like a piece of abalone on that one.
And now here is Tootin to punt the ball to Meggett. Meggett stands at his 20, and there's the kick. Line drive kick sends Meggett to the 13, returns to the 20, 25, 30-yard line. Down on his head at the 31, and New York has the ball with 5:25 left. 46-yard punt, 17-yard return, 5:25 remaining. Steve Tasker made that downfield tackle, and New York has the ball at their own 30-yard line. And a 1-point lead for the Giants. Another of their relentless marches would do Buffalo in. in Super Bowl 25, the silver anniversary of this wonderful spectacular.
Well, we thought it was going to be a great game, Jack, and that's exactly what it's been. It's been terrific.
Wonderful. Carthon and Anderson in the backfield. Hostetler on first down. Delays the ball to Anderson. Carthon a block. Anderson 5 yards. Anderson came out from the 30 to the 35, and Darrell Talley tackled him.
You know, it's amazing what great security Anderson has. He gets hit from all over the place, never fumbles.
We're coming up on 5 minutes left in the game. Second down and 5 for the Giants. They lead 20-19. Less than 5 minutes left in this game. They come out of that huddle very slowly, take lots of time off the 30-second clock. 2 tight ends, Bavaro and Howard Cross. And 2 wide receivers, Ingram and Baker. Second and 5 with Anderson in the backfield. Motion by Ingram. On second down to give to Anderson up the middle. First down run for New York. Out to the 44. Anderson who closes in on the 100-yard mark rushing. And in fact, it's 102, Hank.
Amazing the way he's come on in this game. And of course, he's done it every week.
He's a little slow in getting up, but he moved the ball to the 44 of New York for a first down. And it takes us to the 4-minute mark left in this game, with the Giants leading by a point, 20-19, 4 minutes left, clock running. Shane Conlon made that last tackle. But they can't get the ball away from these New Yorkers.
And they can't make them turn it over. They don't turn the ball over. That's what's great about the Giants.
3 tight ends for the Giants. Meggett's the running back now. Motion by Cross. A give to Meggett, coming right. Gets 1 block, but didn't get the other, and he's tackled, and there's no gain on the play. In fact, Meggett struggled to get back to the line of scrimmage, but more time goes off the clock. Now Buffalo calls timeout, stopping the clock with 3:33 remaining in Super Bowl 25. Mike Lodish made that last tackle, a strong one on Meggett at the 44, no gain. Second and 10 confronts New York. Timeout, Buffalo. Giants leading 20-19. 3:33 remaining in the contest. The Bills have used a timeout here. Giants got a field goal by Matt Barr with 7:20 remaining to take the lead. And then they forced Buffalo to punt the ball. So Buffalo has been bad on third down tonight.
It's ridiculous how bad they have been, and I think coming into this game, I think they were like 44% on fourth down.
I've got their figure, Hank.
41% on fourth down is 41%, third down 36.2.
And in the playoffs, they were almost 50% on third down, but not tonight, as they have been stopped 0 for 7 on third down here this evening. The Giants 9 out of 14. We're back to play with the Giants at their own 44. Second and 10 from there with O.J. Anderson in the lineup. Motion by the tight end Cross, and Hostetler to pass. The blitz is on. The pass is caught. Bavaro moves across midfield to the 49. It's going to be 3rd and 3. The tackle by Kelso.
I tell you, for a young quarterback like Hostetler is, he's really done a remarkable job of getting rid of the ball to the right guy, reading the defenses, reading the coverages, and taking advantage of the situation. He has really done a remarkable job here tonight.
That clock runs down to exactly 3 minutes left, and it's still running. 20 seconds left on the 30-second clock. 3rd and 3 New York from the Buffalo 49. Another Giant first down would kill Buffalo. I think they're going to let the clock run down and take a timeout themselves on this 3rd down. Hostetler is going to call timeout with 1 second left on the 30-second clock and 2:41 left on the game clock. Timeout, New York. New York has the lead, 20-19 over Buffalo, and when we resume, it'll be 3rd and 3. This has been a wonderfully entertaining Super Bowl game, one of the best, Hank.
Yeah, no question about it. It really has been. And, you know, the other thing, talking about Hostetler, he's completed 9 passes to his tight ends tonight, taking advantage of his own coverage. and also the blitzing situations of the Buffalo Bills.
There's one more game left. Next Sunday, the Pro Bowl from Aloha Stadium in Honolulu. Hank Stram and I will be there along with Greg Gumbel. It starts at 7:45 Eastern. The Pro Bowl next Sunday on CBS Radio Sports, the final game of the 1990-91 season. Again, hello to you folks listening in the Middle East, and we wish you well. Take care of yourself, take care of each other, and we pray for you each night. Hope you're enjoying our broadcast here on CBS Radio Sports. The Giants have the lead, 20-19 over Buffalo. 3rd and 3 Giants at the Buffalo 49 after this timeout. Hostetler and company break the huddle. 4 wide receivers. Megan in the backfield. Shotgun formation, Hostetler. Takes the snap, the blitz is on, he runs with the ball, and he is tackled short of a first down. The quarterback draw didn't work. He ran right into the blitz. And New York will have to punt and count on their defense to win the game.
Yeah, what a big play that was again defensively. That's the second time they stopped them in a critical situation before they can kick a field goal, and of course now to maintain possession.
That is their second timeout.
The ball went to the Buffalo. Timeout. Buffalo timeout. They stopped the clock with 2:22 left in the game. That's their second timeout. They have one left plus the 2-minute warning. And Sean Lindetta will punt for the 4th time tonight, and he's punted terrifically well, averaging more than 45 yards a kick. So Hostetler gained only 1 yard on that 3rd down play. And at the moment, the members of the media are voting for the most valuable player in this Super Bowl game. What name did you put down, Hank?
Hostetler. I thought he did a remarkable job here this afternoon.
Well, the Buffalo defense has set it up to get the ball back for another try, maybe 2, but at the moment all they can count is on one more possession to get within field goal range and win this game. Here is Landetta. Let's see if the Bills come after him. Last year they snapped the ball to Reasons and he ran for a first down, but Buffalo's going to cover that one, you can be sure. I don't think they'll even come after the punter.
I don't think they can afford to. They're afraid to get an interference, or penalty on the pass, on the kick rush.
The Aussie will snap the ball. He takes a long time and now snaps the ball to Landetta. He gets the kick away. Buffalo waits for it and takes it at the 10-yard line. Receiving the ball was Al Edwards. The Bills have a long way to go after that 38-yard punt, but they only trail by a point. Buffalo starts from their 10 with 2:16 left in the game. 20-19, the New York Giants, underdogs in this affair, leading by a point. Two defensive linemen for New York, 4 linebackers, 5 defensive backs, and out come the Bills. Thomas in the backfield with Buffalo, 4 wide receivers. Kelly back to throw, no pressure. Now he runs away from pressure and runs out to the 15 and is knocked down at the 17. New York missed a golden opportunity to tackle him for a loss. He ran out and came to the 18, tackled by Pepper Johnson.
Pepper Johnson gave him a good shot in the back there that time. It looked like he might knock the ball loose.
Now we have 2 minutes left. 2-minute warning and timeout on the field with a score 20-19 New York. Bills have the ball at their own 18, 2nd and 2. They trail 20-19, and let's take time out.
Most likely you can hear me loud and clear. That's the nice thing about radio. You can turn up the volume when you have trouble hearing. It's different in everyday life. Perhaps you hear people talking, but you don't always understand the words. If you have trouble understanding, Miracle Ear wants you to know that help is available. Even if you have nerve deafness and believe nothing can be done for you, Miracle Ear may be able to help you hear better again and get more out of life. I'd like you to call Miracle Ear for a colorful, fact-filled booklet. It describes hearing loss, the most common symptoms, and how you may be helped. Just call 1-800-421-6100. That's 1-800-421-6100. The call and the booklet are free, and you're under no obligation whatsoever. Call 1-800-421-6100 right now. Miracle Ear wants you to hear what you've been missing.
Honey, why are there goldfish in our bathtub? Another quick reason for Campbell's Chunky Soup.
Well, after I rescued your bowling ball from the dryer, I had to scrape the goofy glue off the VCR, and when I got the paint off the dog, I took a break. Campbell's Chunky Soup.
Delicious Chunky Soup. The hearty, satisfying stop you'll drop everything for. Takes just minutes to make so you can pick up right where you left off.
And then I caught the twins using the goldfish ball for target practice, so of course I had to put the fish in the bathtub. Gonna run.
Twins? You have twins? Campbell's Chunky Soup. The satisfying stop that keeps you going.
We're at Tampa Stadium. Hank Stram, Jack Buck with you. Along with Jim Honor and Greg Gumbel. We'll pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves on the CBS radio network.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week, your news source is News Talk 590, KLBJ, AM Austin.
2nd and 3, Buffalo from their own 18. Shotgun formation, Kelly with 2 minutes left. Takes a snap, 3-man rush. Runs out of the pocket, gets a first down, I think. He's close to the 20, tackled by Eric Howard. Now the clock continues to run. Let's see where they move the ball. It is not a first down. It's 3rd down and inches for Buffalo at their own 19. They run the ball with Thomas, gets the first down. Comes to the 30, 35, 40, and he's tackled there. Big run to the 40-yard line by Thurman Thomas, tackled by Everson Walls, a 21-yard gain. Out to the Buffalo 40 and a first down. They trail by a point. 1:24 left in the game, clock running. Shotgun formation, Kelly. Back to throw, no pressure over the middle, caught at the 45 with 1:14 left. Andre Reed caught the ball to the 45. 2nd and 5. We have 1:05 left. Kelly in the shotgun. Another snap. He's back to throw. He looks and looks and looks and looks and looks and now runs. Now runs for a first down to midfield. Tackled at the 46 of the Giants with 50 seconds left. The run by Kelly, and we have timeout called by Buffalo.
That'll be a 40-second timeout. That is their last.
That's the last timeout for Buffalo. They have just advanced to the New York 41 on a first down run by Kelly. But with a score 20-19 New York and 48 seconds remaining, they still have to advance the ball for their place kicker, Scott Norwood. If they want a field goal, try to win the game. The last tackle by Carl Banks as Kelly ran for a first down. The longest field goal of Scott Norwood's career is 49 yards. They certainly need to move from the New York Giant 46. That's the line of scrimmage. This is a short timeout. Kelly and company will go back to work, and we're headed for a thrilling finish in Super Bowl 25 with 48 seconds remaining. The Bills have no more timeouts left. They need about another 15 yards before they get within range for Scott Norwood. First down Bills at the New York 46. What a game. Kelly lines up in the shotgun and has Thurman Thomas in the backfield with him. This game will be decided in the last minute. 3-man front for New York, 3-man rush. Kelly to throw. He throws out in the flat, and it is caught at the 40-yard line. And it is caught by the tight end, McKellar. Clock runs, 35 seconds remaining. They're still not within field goal range. They're now to the New York 40-yard line, and it's 2nd down and 4 as the official's whistle stops play with 29 seconds remaining in the game. I don't know who called that particular timeout. That last play is being reviewed by the officials to see if Keith McKellar did make a clean catch of the ball. He had to reach down around the grass tops to take it in. And he did make a spectacular saving catch.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about that catch.
Now the ball is at the New York 40. Second down and 4 for the Bills. They're going to start the clock again with 29 seconds remaining. Now they're going to start the clock again as Kelly lines up in the shotgun. They've got to get closer to try the field goal. Kelly runs the ball to Thomas. Thomas goes to the 35, to the 30. That's a first down. Now they are within long field goal range. Now we have only 15 seconds remaining, and Buffalo is going to spike the ball on first down and stop the clock. Kelly spikes it with 8 seconds left. And now they're going to bring the field goal unit on. The line of scrimmage is the New York 30. This means it'll be a 47-yard field goal by Norwood, whose longest this year is 48 yards. The longest of his career is 49 yards, and this is the way the Giants got here on the field goal by Barr last Sunday to beat the 49ers. The line of scrimmage is actually the 29, and so this is going to be a 46-yard try. Now New York calls timeout. With 8 seconds remaining, can they get any better than this, Hank?
Super, isn't it? That's exactly what this game should be. A Super Bowl, and that's when this one is. It's fabulous.
Norwood kicked one earlier today from 23 yards. The line of scrimmage is at 29, so it'll be a 46-yard try. Frank Reich will hold the ball, and the Bills will either win or lose Super Bowl 25. It's their first trip here. It's the second trip for the Giants to the Super Bowl. And they're trying to hang on to this 1-point lead. Adam Lingner will snap the ball. Frank Reich will hold the ball. Scott Norwood will kick it. 8 seconds remaining. There might be a tick or two left on the clock after the kick is determined.
You try to block this kick, Jack, but you got to be very careful that you're not offside.
Because that would keep the game going on a defensive penalty. It is a 47-yard try by Scott Norwood to try to win the game for Buffalo. Lingner will snap it. Wright will hold it. Norwood will kick it from the right hash mark with 8 seconds left, and the Giants leading Buffalo 20-19. It's a 47-yard kick for the Bills. Norwood assumes the position. Lingner waits to snap it. We wait. There's a snap. There's a kick. It is up. It is no good. Norwood missed. 4 seconds left. The Giants have won Super Bowl 25 by the score of 20-19. Scott Norwood missed, and his moment in the sun. And the Giants and Bill Parcells are the victors here in Tampa. 4 seconds remaining in the game. Lots of people on the field. I don't know why. With 4 seconds remaining. A 47-yard miss by Scott Norwood. And the Bills have dropped the game to the Giants. Some finish, Hank.
Remarkable. Really was to have one like that last week and then have another one like this week in the Super Bowl game. Fantastic.
There are 4 seconds remaining in the game. 4 seconds remaining, and so New York will have to snap the ball one time from their own 30-yard line. And the kick by Scott Norwood missed off to the right. Giants won their first Super Bowl game, 39-20, over Denver. So they'll be 2-0 with one snap of the ball. 20-19, New York over Buffalo. Or they'll be rehashing this one. Norwood missed to the right. They snap the ball to Hustudler. And the game is over. 20-19, the New York Giants have defeated the Buffalo Bills. There's lots to talk about. Let's pause for this word.
Professional golfer Nancy Lopez for State Farm.
People don't think a woman who swings clubs for a living could possibly enjoy cooking, but the kitchen is really my favorite room of the house. Our kitchen has 2 ovens, a microwave, and most importantly, we installed a fire extinguisher because 65% of all home fires start in the kitchen. We want our home, as well as our family, to be safe and protected. By taking the proper measures to prevent accidents, we know they always will be.
State Farm. We're concerned about your home safety and you.
It was the end of the fourth quarter. The final seconds were ticking away. 10.
Pass the chili.
Al said to Joe. 9.
Pass the hot sauce.
Joe said to Dick. 8.
Pass the ball!
They yelled at Joe's TV, but the quarterback would not pass. 3.
Pass the onions.
2.
Pass the ball!
1.
Pass the Pepto.
Joe said, knowing just one dose could help relieve their upset stomachs. Pepto-Bismol, the one that coats, is the only one you need. Use only as directed.
With 7:20 remaining in this game, Matt Barr kicked the 21-yard field goal. He is the one who did the 49ers in last Sunday. That one turned out to be the winner, Hank. Norwood was long enough with the 47-yard try, but off to the right by a good margin.
When it goes off to the right like that, Jack, there's no follow-through. Had he followed through, he probably would have kicked it straight. You hurried a little bit. You looked up a little bit too soon. The heaviest part of the body is the head. If you move that, everything moves, and it went right, and that's exactly what happened. No follow-through like it should have been.
Everybody was hanging on the field goal for both sides, and Scott Norwood out of James Madison in his 6th year missed it, and the Giants, who won in thrilling fashion last Sunday, walk away with their 2nd Super Bowl victory in 2 tries. This one by a score of 20-19, and they certainly were very, very patient, Hank. They were very intent with regard to what they wanted to do, and they were terrific on 3rd down here tonight.
Well, the big thing is, I think they went in with a plan, a very solid plan, and they stayed with it. They wanted to run left. They ran left. They ran left. They ran left, occasionally to the right, but basically to the left, and that's exactly what they had to do to win this game. They had to be able to run the ball, and that's exactly what they did extremely well. And Hostetler, I thought, was remarkable for a young guy to play the kind of a game he played in this kind of a situation.
He completed 20 out of 32, 222 yards. He hit 7 different receivers. And on 3rd down in the Super Bowl game, the Giants made a first down 9 times in 16 tries. Buffalo, on the other hand, on 3rd down, were really very inefficient with only 1 out of 8. And that was late in the game. But they moved the ball to the point where they could try a field goal, 47 yards, well within the range of most field goal kickers in the league. And Scott Norwood just missed it off to the right, and the Giants won it 20-19. We'll be back in a moment.
It isn't every day you get offered something for nothing. But at Farmers Insurance, we offer every day a free analysis of your insurance needs. It's called the Farmers Friendly Review.